on us unconstitutionally on the nation. Do you think the citizens will give you a chance? Only stealing the election is your only option.
Then that then do, Pastor.
That's what you have done for 2 terms. Your term ain't loading. Your 3rd term ain't loading. Your future is that. 2 visions I got in 1 week. You're doing campaign in specific territories and nobody's showing up. It's the hungry belly one them.
Doing what's up?
They were asking one on TikTok, where are the people, where are the crowd? Him saying no know what go on. I want to have a big friend from Brownstown too, you know. But I'm a big friend. Listen, the people are gonna turn against them. The vision I got, one is for Brownstown and one is for another community. The people are going to turn, just as how the Lord showed me in the vision, that the nation is going to turn against this present government. It doesn't matter what he does. So those who are upset because the woman didn't shake the grandmaster hand, what you want the woman do? You want the woman hand paralyzed?
Mighty God.
You want the woman come under his auspices? This is not anybody hand me shaking up. I'm very sensitive in the spirit.
Of course.
Many politicians stretch out their hands to me and I don't shake their hand. So if you want to say it's disrespect, it's up to you. I'm not going to shake that man's hand because that hand is evil.
That is it.
So the woman was wise. Mr. Crawford, you need to open your eyes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, you're in the political realm, but you must be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. You're dealing with dangerous people who are connected to the dark world. They have initiated themselves with evil and they can wipe you out. They can eliminate you at any hour. But because we're spiritually knowledgeable, we're not naive spiritually.
Yes.
That is why we don't hug. We don't shake certain hands. We don't make certain people kiss where I put them out.
Yes.
They condemn out on us. You must be set apart.
Yes.
And if you want to get angry, answer and type a humiliator because you're a part of the evil. Every one of you who will come on my video and type false prophet, but you're in falsehood. You're in falsehood. You worship your bro God. And you say me false and you false. I am worshiping Jesus Christ, the Son of the living God, the I am that I am, the Prince of Peace, the Lord of Sharon, the conquering Lion of the tribe of Judah. But you have made him an idol, a graven image, and you're worshiping him, and you are calling me false. You are the false one.
Talk to them, Pastor. Preach.
You all are under falsehood. You're evil, and God is going to take very one of you down. So all of what you've been seeing, the increase of people turning over to the opposing party, you're going to shock. When I saw in my vision, it shocked me. So doggy to the supper, but now ball out, 3rd time loading. Listen, 3rd time loading is in prison behind bars. Remember, you placed me behind.
Pastor, them not really know SATA load same way now.
Bars, your time will come.
Them no know, man.
Whatsoever you sow,
you shall
also likewise reap. And your evil supporters who keep
I am redeemed. Big up yourself. Selvanef, big up yourself. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the platform. This is BOLO V&R. Alright, we're on 2.0, we're on Clips, and we're on BOLO V&R and TikTok. TikTok, like, and share up the video, man. Make them know so we're there. And big up London, and London's supposed to live right now. She called me while she live. People, we need to sign the Samoa, not the Samoa, we need to sign the MAGNITSKY Act, the International Act. Alright? God and time, man.
That I'm unforgiving. I'm not unforgiving. You said that the man is pure and it's propaganda. So why did he did the video asking the nation to forgive him of his evil? You don't forget that? Why is it is on social media? The video is there. Asking the nation to forgive him of the sins. Ask him what sin he committed. He can't tell you. Because if him tell you, many of you run through the wall. You run from his territory. The people of Jamaica are getting wise. The people of I must celebrate. Long time in a celebrating, man. God Almighty. This one is what me? Non-alcohol. Yeah, man, for the hypocrites. There it is. For all the hypocrites. None. Non-alcohol wine. I must celebrate.
Must.
Because the prophecies are coming to pass. And everybody running up and down. The leader of Jamaica is having sleepless night. I'll 3 o'clock near them and run up and down from community to community.
Never
trying to give them 10 grand, 50 grand to do a vote, but I wish the people take the money and vote you out. And send you a strong message.
Pastor, them take the money, but them not vote him out.
Listen, this era of people are different. And your hand-me-downs. Let me talk to the hungry belly labor rights. You haven't been voting constitutionally. You have been voting unconstitutionally. Because you were bribed. You are not voting for the future of Jamaica and for your generation. You're voting for your belly. That is why I call you all hungry belly labor rights. And if you're upset, you me the talk.
Mighty God.
Can you imagine if every one of you who took the money in the next election, you not take no money? You not go vote. You not go run, you not bro devil out. Don't take the money, man. I dare you to resist the money in the green shirt.
My God.
I dare you to resist the money that they're offering you.
Yes.
The 1 minute money.
Yes.
For 4 years to cause destruction.
Yes.
For 8 years, Jamaica's been destroyed under this government. And some of you talking about the opposing party, 18 years. But y'all did worse than what they did in 18 years. Because a lot of us have died. You have gave many the venom and they are dead. And you lied to the nation. And then you locked me behind bars. Putting me behind bars and build a false allegation against me with your evil pastors. Bishop Delford Davis, the Lord gave me a vision. The grandmasters, the lodgemen, you know what they said in a meeting about you? They have you under their control and their auspices. They have you under their manipulation. You have no power. That's what they says.
My God. Ladies and gentlemen, Pastor Peter Chambers, I'm telling you. It's very, very serious. All right? So, let me go here. First and foremost. Mic check, 1 2 1 2. All right. Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's your brother BOLO V&R. We here in the space again. Welcome to the platform. You know, we are get right into the business of things. We don't have time for waste. Let me share my screen and let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear what's going on at the ports. Let's get it. Oh, by the way, let me make sure that yes, the desktop audio is activated.
Good evening and welcome to the Business Day. I'm Andrea Chisholm. The ports are under pressure. Uncollected shipments linked to Hurricane Melissa are posing a challenge. Manufacturers and exporters say it's taking too long for them to clear shipments of raw material. Deidre Thomas reports.
As Jamaica continues to recover from the effects of Hurricane Melissa, a surge of humanitarian relief and commercial shipments intended to support rebuilding efforts is now placing severe strain on the nation's port. President of the Jamaica Manufacturers and Exporters Association, Catherine Silvera, says that this worsening congestion is already delaying access to raw materials and disrupting distribution across manufacturing, exporting, and retailer sectors.
We have been getting calls from our members, from manufacturers that are trying to clear particularly less than container load shipments from the ports, and they're having challenges because of a backlog coming out of the relief items that were sent after Hurricane Melissa.
Ms. Silvera says while the inflow of supplies reflects a strong diaspora support, the large volume of uncleared cargo is slowing operations.
Manufacturers and businesses, we operate on almost a just-in-time inventory. What that means is in case there's any delays in shipment, delays at the port, and you build that into your inventory.
I'll get to that.
What these delays are causing is that time frame is passing, more than that time frame is passing, and they're unable to clear their goods, which means that that could be a complete shutdown of their operations because they might not be able to access their raw materials, their packaging, any type of element like that. It also can cause additional costs to the business, even though it may not be their fault as to why the shipment has not been stripped.
She's appealing to citizens and donors to collect their shipments promptly and, where possible, work through established channels to help ease congestion.
So this is really a call to individuals, businesses, organizations, anyone that knows that someone overseas has shipped them some items, some relief items. We're asking for you to please go urgently to the ports and to access those items. It may be that you're not sure what to do. Jamaica Customs is there to assist. Even, you could perhaps reach out to us at the JMEA to see how best we can maybe point you in the right direction.
In the meantime, the JMEA has engaged port operators, urging faster cargo processing and clearer guidance for importers. Restoring efficient port operations is essential for stabilizing supply chains and supporting Jamaica's post-Hurricane Melissa recovery. Deidre Thomas, TVJ News.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, with this port issue, what people are saying is that they are not getting the calls quick enough, right? So as I can see on the screen right here, so it says that the Jamaica Manufacturer Exporters JME is urging importers to include individuals and organizations with hurricane and barrels to clear their goods. Yeah, but there's also a responsibility of JMME, right, to actually reach out to the people when their goods are there. Not wait till it actually reach one point where, it's a situation where the things the fee gone up. You understand what I'm saying, people? So that is a responsibility of the JMEA, right? And that's one of the complaints from people, because I have a friend, like I said before, that is here in Jamaica, and she's been here since December, and she sent her things them before December, and the thing them reach, and it takes so long for them. Like, yo, may I tell you, it is ridiculous, ladies and gentlemen. The lady have to extend her stay, and she decides that she not leave. I mean, I talk about a personal story with me now. She decides that she not leaving. She not leaving until she get her something, right? And this is for people to get aid. So what are we doing? What are we actually doing? It appears like as if like this is a hustling thing, ladies and gentlemen, where the man them are the place are trying to hustle the people and to get more money off of them. The government gave the people the impression that, we'll get some things, some charges, some of the charges them, and it's something that we have to pay off, right? And well, let's be honest, a lot of people, how they interpreted the government is not what is actually what their experiences are. So, what can we say about that? You know what I mean? Anyway, I heard Andre say something about giving it food to the poor, but people sent their things here directly for their families, right? I don't think it's fair. I think they need to really facilitate the people in a way that them get them goods, right? Cut some of the cost them, man. It like, bro, I don't know. I don't know. These people don't have no heart, brother. These agencies and them places don't have no heart. The government don't have no heart. They make so much things more difficult for the people of Jamaica, right? Even the government is not doing right by the people, right? And you know, people are trying to help their families, and here we go with a situation where they are being blocked, right, by these entities, right? In many cases, right? In some of the cases, them, right? And I'm speaking specifically to those cases where people are being blocked, right? Some people might I don't know, maybe some people don't have the amount of money because of the same thing on the backlog. I don't know. Talking about backlog, ladies and gentlemen. You know, Mr. Andre pull up that story, and I'm telling you, it was on my hit list. I haven't even read it yet, and I didn't even listen to Andre fully. So let's get into this particular article, ladies and gentlemen, and hear what they are saying. I don't know. Marlon Morgan, Makhulu. Why is Marlon Morgan so ugly? Lord have mercy. And I'm gonna say, dude, you really need an image makeover. And I'm not talking about your physical look. I'm talking about the attitude. Let's get into this.
Politics is a dirty game, and ugly traits come quickly to the surface when looking to vanquish enemies. Leader of the opposition Mark Golding is a decent man, and misogyny and animosity toward dark-skinned women is not something you can associate with him. For years, he has been a champion of former PNP leader and popular Prime Minister Portia Simpson Miller, and extols her virtues every opportunity he gets. Jamaica Labour Party spokesman Marlon Morgan. Photo contributed. Marlon Morgan is a relative youngling when it comes to politics. He's like that dog at the neighbor's gate barking inanely at everyone that goes by, rather than knowing when and how to go into defensive posture.
Can I just say that that is a perfect analogy of Marlon Morgan? A dog that at the neighbor's gate barking and just unnecessarily barking. When he's in the parliament, same thing. He doesn't know when to shut up. And that's facts. All right? Somebody need to really give him a heads up. Like, bro, this is the time when you shut up. Somebody on his side needs to tell him, bad man, hush up your mouth. You chat too much. You understand? Somebody needs to tell him that. No, seriously. Right?
Mark Golding called into question Kadesha Campbell Rochester's fitness to be appointed permanent secretary in the Ministry of Energy, Telecommunications, and Transport. Golding went on to explain that, given her closeness and work with companies connected to Prime Minister Andrew Holness, he had his reservations. Fair enough. Kadesha is a capable executive and has proved herself. Rather than countering Golding by bringing attention to Kadesha's accomplishments and qualifications, Morgan decided to play the race card and was out of line. Not being sufficiently melanated in the eyes of some laborites has been weaponized against Golding. Juliet Cuthbert Flynn also did it. File photo. Golding conducts himself with decorum, and there are no flies on him. The only way to hurt him and diminish him in the eyes of Jamaicans is to point to his color. Are you a real Jamaican? But he is. Color does not disqualify one from being Jamaican, and Morgan should have grasped that by now. Morgan boldly declared, I have witnessed firsthand the contempt and condescension Mark Golding metes out to Finance Minister Faye Val Williams in the Parliament. His defiance and disregard for the Speaker of the House, Juliet Holness, is a matter of public record.
Brother, how can I foolishness Marlon Morgan attack? Juliet Holness is defiant and disrespectful. She's the worst Speaker of the House that we have ever seen, period. It has nothing to do with her skin color. It has to do with her attitude. She tries to disrespect grown-ass people. And she tries to muzzle the opposition. Right? While she gives the JLP people in fair side. She is biased. She's biased towards her husband. And that's on public record. I don't know what kind of foolishness I'm talking about Mark Golding. Right? Everything that Mark Golding said about Juliet Holness is facts. And it's not just Mark Golding alone. The people that are of black skin color, that are part of the People's National Party, they have the same exact, opinions about Juliet Owens. She's a bully, right? Remember last year when the opposition was asking about some serious things regarding to how we would respond and prepare ourselves for the Hurricane Melissa, how the drains are not clean and there were some issues with contracts and payments and stuff like that. And she sought to shut down the people. So Marlon Morgan, you cannot revise history. You cannot switch it up. You can't change it. You understand? We have the facts. It is right there on a record what Juliet Owens has done in Parliament. She is just disgusting, period, in her job as the Speaker of the House. She literally is on like, ew. She can't even hide her bias. She can't even be professional. She's not professional. Right? Let's continue.
It stands to reason that opposition leader Mark Golding is not particularly fond of strong, ambitious, qualified, and competent Black women assuming positions of leadership in our society.
This is what you call gaslighting, and This is what you call gaslighting, and I realize that this is a tool and a weapon that the Jamaica Labour Party has sought to use over and over again, and it's getting old. Because this don't make no sense when the first part of the article when they talked about how Mark Golding hailed a woman like Mrs. Portia Simpson Miller, right? And how he continues to give her flowers. She was the one that brought him in this. You guys remember when Portia and Mark Golding was dancing? You guys remember that? Right? In that clip, right? And also the fact that this man is married to a strong Black woman, a maroon out of everything. So it has nothing to do with strong Black women. You have strong Black women that are obnoxious. Yes, I said it and I'm a Black man. You have strong Black women that are just unbearable. You have strong white women that are unbearable. You have strong Indian women that are unbearable. That's just, you cannot even stand them, ladies and gentlemen. Because what men did to women, they are now doing to men. They have reversed roles in terms of oppressing people and using their power and using their, the favor that they have in society, and they use it as a weapon against men. You understand? So miss me with the BS, not over here, and I don't care what nobody says. I am talking facts. This is what is happening in the society. They have weaponized the feminine entities to go against the structure that God has created for the world in terms of the position that men is supposed to be in according to God. You understand? And that's the reality. That's the absolute reality. Right? Strong Black women is just a cute way of the devil using the ego of women to go against the actual desire that God has for the structure of the earth. Point blank, period. Nothing is wrong with strong Black women. You understand? But the respect for men has to be maintained. And the respect for women has to be maintained equally. But they have destroyed, they have turned the women and the men against each other. That is what has happened. So trust and respect has been eroded. And things are just all over the place. You understand? So Marlon Morgan, you're talking crap, brother. You're not ready. You're not ready.
Society. Morgan here demonstrates his political naivety and his short-sightedness. Using Golding's pigmentation is just tired and demonstrates a lack of imagination on Morgan's part. He's too big to ride that pony. Golding has been married for years and has 2 daughters.
Come on now.
He cherishes his family and, on many occasions, credits his wife for what she brings to their partnership. His daughters are well-mannered and accomplished.
Of course.
He works with very bright women in the PNP.
Yes.
Angela Brown Burke, Donna Scott Motley, Nikisha Burchell, Zulika Jess, Denise Daly, Natalie Nadagarvey, Kisha Anderson, Gabriella Morris, Sophia Fraser-Binns, among others.
I mean, this man's argument, Marlon Morgan's argument, is so ridiculous. When you look at the litany of black women that support Mark Golding and Mark Golding supports outside of his family. His daughters, I've never heard any bangarang where his daughters are concerned. You understand what I'm saying? They have upheld their family's name. Point blank period. You don't hear nothing about them private life, nothing out there, no bangarang, no nothing. Clean like a whistle. The man has grown up 2 strong black women, right? In their own capacity, along with his wife. And you are out here trying to present this argument. I hope that people really call out Marlon Morgan for this now. Because this is absolutely ridiculous now. He has no credibility at this point. Nobody should even listen to him in anything that he's saying. He's a puppet. He's a clown, right? And he's being used and abused by the Jamaica Labour Party as this big, ugly, and I'm not talking about his looks, I'm talking about his personality, because when I look on the man looks, right? Him have an ugly personality. Did you guys remember in the Senate when Mrs. Donna Scott Motley was speaking, and this man would continuously interrupt this woman, have no respect for your elders. A woman like Donna Scott Motley have such class. Brother, you need to fix yourself, brother. Right now, you're not having a good reputation in the politics, right? You come like this, as them said, this dog where they at the gate does a bark and everybody don't like you. Not even the people in their own party don't like you, Marlon Morgan, in case you didn't know. All right? You are a clown and you are being used, and you're allowing yourself to be used as a clown. You are in the education ministry, yes? In that ministry, yes? What have you contributed to the education ministry? What have you contributed of substance? How can young men and women growing up as students look at Marlon Morgan and say, well, based off how he carries himself and how he's intelligent and all of these things, like, you know, we can take something from him and learn from him. What have you brought to the table, Marlon Morgan? You're not in Mark Golding's league, brother. Stop trying to smear the man's name. And it's not because he's white, it's because of what him actually do, why you're not in him league. Is what he has done for this country even before he has not yet become the Prime Minister of Jamaica, but he will, under God. You understand? You have not contributed to society in any way to come close to Mr. Mark Golding, point blank period. His father and what he did, and the fact that his father has maintained his father's legacy. What do you have to say? What have you contributed to this country to even speak on Mark Golding in any capacity and just tell lies on the man? You need to go have a seat, man. You need to go have a seat.
Jamaica Labour Party spokesman Marlon Morgan. These are very capable women, and they have not called into question Golding's manner when interacting with them. Throughout both his professional and political career, there have never been instances of unsavory behavior aimed at women. Golding is always courteous and respectful in his discourse. The Minister of Finance, Faye Val-Williams, has been very poor in her parliamentary presentations and has come up short time and time again when questioned by the opposition. Both Damian Crawford and Julian Robinson could have put her to the sword, but chose not to do so. Many politicians would not be so kind.
Let me tell you something. That's a fact. A lot of people feel sorry for Faye Val-Williams. She's not competent, guys, in terms of finances. I'm sorry. She's not ready. And then she tried. She's also one of the clones, and I'm gonna be frank about it. She's one of the clones that allows the Jamaica Labour Party to clone her out. Right? A grown-ass woman that actually has credentials is allowing, because of politics, is allowing the Jamaica Labour Party to clone her out and spin her like a gig. She a big woman, she's supposed to maintain her integrity and her honor. She shouldn't allow the Jamaica Labour Party to do that to her. Them over there is laughing at her just like how them laughing at Marlon Morgan. It's a sad situation, ladies and gentlemen. Let's continue.
Morgan knows Faye Val-Williams is no Dr. Nigel Clark and is in fact a liability when she gets to her feet in Parliament.
Fox.
Golding has not gleefully exposed her or belittled her in Gordon House. She still hasn't given a cogent explanation of how the money received will fund the Melissa recovery, nor has she adequately explained the JPS financing arrangement with the government.
Wow.
The senator cannot substantiate his claim, so why make it? All he is doing is stirring up racial animosity,
Fox.
and it is unnecessary.
Biggie.
In fact,
oh, sorry about that. My bad.
it would be better if Marlon Morgan gave thought. In fact, it is vile. Marlon Morgan, a member of the It would be better if Marlon Morgan gave thought before reflexively attacking his political opponents. As it is, he comes off silly and no one can take him seriously.
Nobody. Fox.
Playing the race card this way is unbecoming, and nobody believes that Golding harbors this kind of animus. Morgan is the ugliest member of the JLP, and dare I say it, his unsurpassing ugliness goes across party lines. He would do well to emulate the Prime Minister's sartorial manner, take a leaf from Robert Nesta Morgan's book. Seek out Christian Tavares Vinson on how to spruce up your wardrobe, get some personal grooming, and forego the ill-fitting suits. Visit Adam and Eve every now and then. Don't look like a troglodyte. Don't be ugly on the inside and the outside.
Damn. Hey, listen. Man, bro. Listen, bro. Yeah, that's facts. Y'all, you need to, yes, sir. This what's going on right here? Yeah, you need to fix, you need to take care of yourself, my brother. That's real talk. That's all I'm saying. You need to take care of yourself. You need to stop acting like an ugly person. Because, see, you can be, on the outside because I'm a big guy, right? But man, with an ugly personality, bro? Nah, bro. How can you be ugly on the inside and for people, how people perceive you, you look ugly on the outside? Marlon Morgan, who are your friends? Like, do you have friends in real life? Like, do you have people that really care about you? I know I do. I know I do, bro. Facts. I'm talking about, I got people that really care about me. And I can be stubborn. But I know I got people that really care about me. Somebody needs to sit you down and, yo, bro, you need to have, just try to get your integrity back. Because you don't have any integrity at this point coming out Mark Golding like that. Right? You really don't. And that's facts. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section, man. Salute. Moving on to the next topic. Get this guy off my screen. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I want to share something with you in regards to how the overseas entities deal with corruption and certain crimes, right? I want to share something with you about that. All right? So let's get into it. All right, guys, we got some situations here in Canada and other places. In Jamaica, we are marred with the perception of corruption in our country, right? And recently, in our police force, we see where the SATA superintendent was caught with cocaine and stuff like that, right? And there's if you guys have watched Mr. Wayne Lonesome, right? There's allegations of the DEA actually, which that video, I'm going to put out that video of my reaction to that. Actually, the DEA is actually probing the JCF. They're actually looking into them very, very seriously, right? And that is no small thing, right? And I would not be surprised if that was truly the case. And I do not doubt Mr. Wayne Lonesome, to be honest with you. I don't doubt him, right? He showed some texts from some alleged policemen. And I'm telling you, it's very concerning, guys. Right? Very, very concerning. Like I said, I'm going to put that video out, today, the 6th of February. I'm going to put it out. The first video I'm going to put out is that video. And I'm going to show you guys how it's actually linked to the prophetic. But let's get into what is happening here in this video and the situation, right? Let's get into this. Let me show you something real quick. How the big, real countries deal with corruption in their police force. Look at this.
that Toronto police officers had unlawfully accessed personal information. This information was then funneled to other criminals who carried out shootings and other violent offenses. The investigation also uncovered evidence of other illicit activity, which will be outlined by Deputy Chief Hogan. This news is both shocking and completely unacceptable. Corruption has no place in policing.
Come on now, talk to him.
It's never and will never be tolerated. Now, to the people watching this at home, I know you may feel shaken, confused, or angry about this news.
Yes.
Understand that we are resolute in our commitment to identifying, apprehending, and prosecuting everyone responsible for these reprehensible crimes.
Right.
Every time we put on this uniform, we renew our commitment to each and every one of you, not just to keep you safe, but to stand up for what's right.
Right.
To exercise our authority and our power responsibly, and to respect the trust you instill in us. And while we work collectively to right these wrongs, please know we are committed to transparency, because it's the only way to rebuild trust. Now, it's also important to note this investigation and the subsequent arrests are thanks to the dedication and commitment of hundreds of police officers. To those officers who were called to investigate their own and who have been working around the clock for many months, thank you very much. Your professionalism and commitment to public safety has, without a doubt, made this province safer. This includes members of the Toronto Police Service whose participation was integral to this investigation. Thank you to those officers. And to Chief Demkew for your cooperation, collaboration, and partnership in what has been a challenging investigation.
I saw.
So, just hearing this man speak, Mr. Jim MAGNITSKY, do you hear can you read his tone? Can you read from him how serious he is actually and about integrity in the police force? This is a no-nonsense individual. I can clearly see that. But we're going to get deeper into it in this particular clip right here. Listen to this.
While the information you're about to hear is troubling, please rest assured this investigation is ongoing. And we will not rest until we are sure corrupt criminal actors and anyone abusing their power as a police officer is held accountable. While this is a deeply disappointing and sad day for policing, this investigation also underscores the insidious, corrosive nature of organized crime. It highlights how these criminals find a way to infiltrate even the most well-protected institutions across our society. The impacts of organized crime in our community on our safety and well-being cannot be understated.
Over 7 months, this investigation identified and disrupted serious criminal activity in the Greater Toronto Area that posed a grave risk to our community safety. This includes a conspiracy to commit murder, shootings, extortion, robbery, drug trafficking, and firearms offenses. This investigation also has
Isn't that what we're going through here in Jamaica? A big issue, drug trafficking. You see how these gentlemen are responding? The good police have to take down the bad police in Jamaica. Let's continue.
uncovered serious allegations of criminal corruption among police officers. This includes 7 police officers employed by the Toronto Police Service and 1 retired member of the Toronto Police Service. It is alleged that these officers have demonstrated varying degrees of criminality and associations to criminal networks. The allegations of criminal corruption include bribery, obstruction of justice, drug trafficking, theft of personal property, breach of trust, and the unauthorized access and distribution of confidential information. We are alleging that some police officers who were collecting personal and private information unlawfully and distributing it to members of organized crime, which ultimately resulted in serious harm in our communities. Our investigation began in June 2025 when a conspiracy unfolded to murder a member of corrections management who was working at an Ontario correctional institution. Over a 36-hour period, a number of suspects attended this member's home in York Region, we allege for the purpose of murdering him. As investigators pieced together the events leading up to this crime, it was determined that a Toronto police officer, Constable Timothy Barnhart, had unlawfully accessed confidential information about the victim. We allege that this officer then released the information to a Mr. Brian DaCosta, and from there it was released further into other criminal networks. We allege that Mr. DaCosta is a key figure in the criminal network operating within the Greater Toronto Area, with in fact significant international ties. The investigation led police to identify 3 additional suspects who were planning to cause harm to the correctional management member. In fact, a Mr. Median Jackson and Mr. Kajan Doman and Mr. Devontae Barker Campbell ultimately had access to the confidential information that had been accessed by Constable Barnhart and were recruiting other criminal actors to carry out harm against him. These 3 individuals have been charged and arrested in connection with this investigation. Further, Mr. DaCosta and Mr. Elwin Satanowski, Mr. Daljit Singh, and Mr. Thomas Fippard, among other criminal associates, sought and obtained confidential information from various Toronto police officers, which we allege was to facilitate crime. In some cases, police officers were offered bribes for this information. We have identified a number of serious criminal acts that have occurred following the release of confidential information, almost in real time. This includes extortion, commercial robberies, and 7 shootings right here in York Region. We allege that those shootings were, in part, facilitated by the release of confidential information from Constable Barnhart to Mr. DaCosta and Mr. Satanowski.
The allegations against 7 Toronto police members and 1 retired member are deeply disappointing. I understand this news will be distressing for Torontonians and our police service members. No corner of society is immune from the reach of organized crime. But when organized crime penetrates the Toronto Police Service, the harm goes far beyond the immediate wrongdoing. As Chief McSween said, and I will repeat, corruption has no place in policing. It strikes at the trust people place in us. And as such, in our quest to tackle these types of allegations, we are committed to leaving no stone unturned.
Just let me say.
No, ladies and gentlemen, have you heard this from Kevin Blake? Do you have the trust in a Kevin Blake? Have you heard this type of tone from Kevin Blake? Do you believe him? Do you have faith and trust in Kevin Blake, ladies and gentlemen? That he has this same type of stance that these men have taken. Listen, if these guys are acting, they're doing a damn good job. Let me tell you that. But I believe every single word they're saying. I believe that I have seen through this that they are saying, listen, this is a reality. We understand that nobody is exempt from corruption, but we cannot allow the trust of the people in our country to be eroded because of a few. And we are going to root them out. Where is this stance in the Jamaica Constabulary Force and the Jamaica Defense Force? Guys, have you guys been reading the paper recently? How many police officers in Jamaica have been caught? A lead gang, a thief goat, cocaine, car theft, all type of something, extrajudicial killings. The force is not this exemplary body that they want us to believe. Big up yourself, Verno, Mitchell. The force is not that. These men are being honest about the reality in their own force, and they are willing to call out the people right, that is in that space, that is actually involved in these things that they have been investigating, and they are willing to take them down because they are disgusted by the fact that they are tearing down their reputation. Have you guys seen that stance from Kevin Blake? When the situation happened at SATA, something very alarming to me, I don't know about anybody else, but when I read the paper, it said that the FNID was removed from that particular investigation. And I said to myself, why is the FNID removed from the situation? I really questioned it. Something was right about it, yes? Then I was listening to Mr. Wayne Lonesome, and Mr. Wayne Lonesome was revealing some particulars about what a police inside SATA allegedly gave him. And he's alleging that the police in the text, the WhatsApp text, is alleging that they are trying to hide tapes, right? Somebody is trying to hide tapes that show the police them that was stealing the cocaine at SATA. And I also said to myself, if this is one person that they caught, and that person is such a high profile person, meaning the superintendent that they caught him in his car with the cocaine, can you imagine how many other persons are involved in this type of activity within SATA? Can you imagine? Now we are hearing out of an article that, no, well, not an article, I am also hearing that this Friday, today, we're supposed to see some changes and some movement of the SATA according to Mr. Wayne Lonesome and those same texts. So I am looking to see today, Friday, February 6th, in the newspaper to see if really and truly there's some movement going on in SATA. But there was an article that came out that kind of confirmed that there would be some movements in SATA. But how could you move persons and put them in another place? Aren't these people supposed to be suspended? A pending investigation in case, I mean, this is a very, very serious situation with this cocaine thing, you know. But I want us to go back to what this man just said right here, so because this is very important. Listen to this.
And our police service members. No corner of society is immune from the reach of organized crime. But when organized crime penetrates the Toronto Police Service, the harm goes far beyond the immediate wrongdoing. As Chief McSween said, and I will repeat, corruption has no place in policing. It strikes at the trust people place in us. And as such, in our quest to tackle these types of allegations, we are committed to leaving no stone unturned.
What was being said?
Yeah.
What stuck out to you there, Steve? We were sitting right next to me. We were listening to the chiefs speak, and I mean, there's a few times I heard you remark just how shocked you were by what was being said.
Yeah, so many things stuck out. Number one, the incredible damage that this can have, not only for the public's trust in the police, but also other officers. There's an unwritten understanding when officers put the uniform on and they go out on a call. If you and I are going to run down into a dark alley or a valley at 3 a.m. chasing a violent suspect, you know that your fellow officers are going to come help you. And now we hear that the allegations are that they were looking, these accused were looking for officers' addresses to pass on to other people. Very, very disturbing. And number two, somebody asked the deputy, and the deputy said that the corrections manager was targeted because he was actually doing his job. He was exercising integrity and honor when it comes to discharging his duties. And he was the target, allegedly, of this shooting as a result of playing by the rules.
And that was the genesis for this investigation. We heard from the deputy chief too, and how this all began. This corrections manager of the Toronto South Detention Center, who the deputy said was just doing his job, was acting ethically, and was targeted because of it. Now we see the outcome. I mean, how does that impact, I guess, all the other correction officers and managers who are acting ethically, who are doing their jobs, who are executing their oath and serving with pride, to have one of their own who was doing just that, being targeted by these criminals?
Yeah, that's a great point. And I would say that these allegations will run very deep within the corrections community and within the policing as well. Because again, there's an understanding. You are brothers and sisters. You have something in common, and that is going out and doing good work, protecting people, putting your life on the line, and you trust that other people that are on that same page as you are going to do the same things. And clearly, these allegations are that they are not. And it will be very disturbing for all, I would say, law enforcement agencies, corrections agencies as well, because now everybody's going to be wondering, what's next? Am I next?
Yeah, give us, I guess, a picture, Steve, as to how something like this can happen. And I won't surmise that you understand the inner workings, because that's not what you did when you were a police officer. But you've got one guy who police alleged, Constable Tim Barnhart, was kind of, sounds like the ringleader here. And when I asked him about recruitment, they said this was essentially a constable who had connections and leveraged allegedly his relationships with other officers to recruit them into this ring. How does something like that happen? How does Constable Tim Barnhart, for example, go up and say, hey, Sarge, or fellow constable, you should join me in this life of organized crime and corruption?
They're what makes criminal organizations so successful. It's human nature. There are humans running all of our organizations, all our institutions. So once they are able to work their way into an organization with only one person, then it spreads. And we did hear the deputy said that the relationships that these officers had with the guy who's alleged to have started this whole thing, the officer who started this whole thing, they had close relationships. So the close relationships are developed, and then it spreads from there. But this goes to show you just how difficult it is to police organized crime, because they're in every organization in existence.
When you talk about public trust, Steve, certainly that's one thing, and we'll get to that in a moment, but I want to ask you more about the trust within the brotherhood and the sisterhood. There's got to be officers who are in their divisions and units today looking around saying, are my guys good? Are we straight here? Are you going to have my back when we're running down that dark alley or going for a takedown?
And that goes to what I was talking about earlier at the beginning of this hit. There is that understanding, unspoken understanding, that we will put our lives on the line, not only for the general public, but I will put my life on the line for you as well. And then when you hear these allegations of betrayal, it really is hard to overcome these. As the chief deputy said, they're going to work tirelessly to get that morale back. The police association will be involved in this as well, keeping the morale of their officers up. Now, again, these are only allegations, but very disturbing allegations nonetheless.
So we see how they deal with allegations, ladies and gentlemen. They take it very, very seriously. They investigate it thoroughly, and they don't sugarcoat it. You understand? And they don't try to play it down in the media. Look what the media does. Look what a former police officer does. If Jamaica is serious about cleaning up Jamaica and have Jamaica actually being a country that is actually prosperous, then this is the approach. You understand? Nowhere is perfect, but would you rather live in Canada or Jamaica? Minus the cold, minus the weather. Would you rather live in Canada or Jamaica? Based off the approach of these people. Now, ladies and gentlemen, to put a bow on this reaction, listen to the man of God speaking to the security forces in this one. Oh, wait a minute. Listen to the man of God. This was the 3rd of January of 2025. Listen to this.
And so I'm speaking to members of the security forces. We're about to step into that realm, and it's going to happen suddenly. We're not far from it. It can happen any moment now. And when it happens, no one will be safe. You hear what I just said? I'm not giving security advice. I'm speaking as the Lord is showing. No one will be safe, because the enemy will be within. The enemy is there already, but they know what the Lord is saying, and as we have been praying, we are seeing it coming up, and we are just sharing with you. So they have now been able to master and manage the system so that they can master their activities. So you are there plotting as to how to deal with operatives on the outside, not realizing that some of the very same persons who are planning, you are planning with, they are knowing the plan, and they will know how to intercept, intervene, and manipulate. So there will be incidents of innocent lives being lost, meaning members of the security forces, persons who decide that we will not comply, we will not be a part of it. That's where we're about to enter. The word of advice, members of the security forces who are born again believers, you need to observe a season of fasting and prayer, cry out to the Lord, so that he can shut down the plots and plans of the enemy, so that he can expose these wolves in sheep clothing, because no law-abiding officer or security personnel who decide to stand for what is right would be safe. I'm giving a prophetic word, as the Lord has showed. It's coming out of prayer, and we're making it clear for all to hear. Members of the public, we need to intensify our prayers for the security forces, because the forces of darkness are determined to advance their agenda. And anyone who tries to stand in their way, they will try to remove them. We need to pray for members of the security forces, pray for the JCF, pray for the JDF. Very important. And this is an appeal to members of the security forces who are born-again believers. You need to come together, identify other born-again believers, and you need to be praying deliberately about what was just released. The very same technology that we are singing and waxing praises, the enemy has mastered it from within and will be leveraging it to advance their agenda from within. That is a death to self.
So that is the prophetic utterances of Apostle Jeffrey Shuttleworth, and that was a warning and a heed to the police forces, ladies and gentlemen. That was a warning to them. The good police out there, the one that believe in God and righteousness and is not involved in any such iniquities as corruption in this country. I ask that we, the citizens of the country, pray for them as well. You understand? Josiah, big up yourself. We say Josiah, we stay in the cool. Big up yourself. People, let me know what you guys think in the comment section about how these first world countries actually deal with crime versus our politicians out here versus our JCF and JDF high command heads, our commissioner versus our chiefs, ACP, DCP, whatever, how they deal with it frankly over there. You know, I believe that an open approach is the best approach to actually regain the trust of the people. I don't trust this JCF as it stands right now with the leaders that are there. I don't trust them. How about you? How about you, ladies and gentlemen? Do you trust them? Let me know in the comment section. All right, let me just get these two videos loading up while I go to the next issue that I want to actually look into, ladies and gentlemen. I ask you to give me some grace to get these videos start loading up. I want to thank you in advance for your patience. All right, let's go. All right. Now, think we should do this. And this. Definitely this. All right. Bam. Bam. And this. All right, my people, it's your brother BOLO V&R in this space again. In this one, we're gonna cover a few things, you know, hurricane victims, the flooding, and we're also gonna cover the PMP. Let me look at it. I don't want to tell any lies, you know, Senator the Professor, if you know what I'm saying. Yes, Mr. Floyd Morris, housing and sustainable living. Let's look into what he's saying here, ladies and gentlemen, and give our commentary. Let's go. Please like and share the video. Thank you in advance.
Release from the People's National Party Media Unit.
I am Professor Floyd Morris, opposition spokesperson on housing and
sustainable living. Big up yourself.
I want to take this opportunity to commend the National Housing Trust on its 50th anniversary. NHT has been one of the most consequential developmental institutions in the history of Jamaica.
That's nice.
And since its inception in 1976, it has led the process of transforming the housing landscape in Jamaica, moving away from wattle and daub, thatch houses, bamboo houses, to more permanent structures built out of concrete for citizens right across the length and breadth of Jamaica. Indeed, the NHT was conceptualized by the visionary leader, Most Honorable Michael Joshua Manley.
Yes.
And it was through his vision and mission why thousands of Jamaicans today can boast of owning
their own
homes in this country.
Wow.
We want to indicate that the NHT has not just built houses, it has built communities. Right across the length and breadth of Jamaica, you can see where schools, playfields, health centers, and other such facilities have been developed because of the role of the National Housing Trust. And I want to, in my commendations to the National Housing Trust, call upon the government to once again restore the organization to its original mandate.
Talk about it.
Of making the institution focusing on building affordable houses for Jamaicans. Not those units that we see being built for between 25 and 35 million.
Mighty God.
But houses that the ordinary contributor to the NHT can afford.
Wow.
I also want to repeat my call and the call of the leader of the opposition for the annual extraction of the $11.4 billion
to cease,
to support the annual budget to be stopped.
Yes.
Because we want to see those funds being used to build more affordable houses for the contributors of the NHT.
Mighty God.
At pnp.org.
Ladies and gentlemen, I totally agree with Senator Professor Floyd Morris, and I'll take it a step further. Guys. Right? The 11.4 billion that the NHT has, that they get from the NHT, can you imagine if that 11.4 billion was actually used in the next budget to help the people in Westmoreland, St. James, St. Elizabeth, St. Anne, Hanover, and all affected areas that I might have not mentioned. Right? Can you imagine if the NHT, that money, that 11.4 billion, was used to restore people's lives instead of used in the budget? Can you imagine? Wouldn't that be something that would actually reach the masses and would be beneficial for all parties involved? Wouldn't that boost the economy for persons to actually get back on their feet? Ladies and gentlemen, I don't think that's going to happen. That is my wish. They already have a lot of money stored up, that they could be using now. You understand? To help more people. But they have been dragging their feet. And here's a clip of that reality, ladies and gentlemen. And this is a microcosm. This is a small clip of the reality of a lot of different Jamaicans. You understand? Take a listen to this, ladies and gentlemen.
Living in tents in Westmoreland say they have been left traumatized after strong winds caused by the cold front swept through the parish. Kimberly Petty has their story.
Trust me.
No, people. This, I have to highlight this. These people's situation is so dire that some strong winds is blowing and they have to be crying out. These people have a lot of pride, They really don't want to come out here and be complaining, It is the government's responsibility to help them. But their situation is so bad, and there's people in a worse situation than him. Like I said, this is the microcosm of the macrocosm. After 3 months, going into 4 months, ladies and gentlemen, this is still the reality. amongst the people of Jamaica in these areas. And I don't care if it's PNP or JLP. I'm speaking for the people. You understand? The government has failed the people of Jamaica, and that's a fact. Let's continue.
That's how Ron Forrester described the past few days as he
walked through the parish. Kimberly Petty has their story.
Trust me, very hard.
That's how Ron Forrester described the past few days as he braved the cold front on the outside. Forrester and his spouse are holding up what's left of the tent they've called home since the passage of Hurricane Melissa. The couple returned home on Sunday to a flattened structure.
Sunday night it blew down. Yeah. So yesterday I just start then we can get something up. We look at material we have here. Well, poor. Very poor. Still have in a jacket.
A neighbor has been helping them to put the tent back together, a process they describe as daunting.
No need to help because I said blow down at this and blow down Sunday night. See it, that's how I sleep last night. I feel so dry it out, you know? That's how it goes.
So are you fearful that when the rain falls?
Well, we have to just give thanks to rain my fall, you know? We have to just pray for it my fall. That's all we have to do, pray for it my fall, you know? But if it's fall, what we can do.
The Met Service on Tuesday advised that...
Wow. Wow, ladies and gentlemen. The people are left to the mercies of God. Richard, big up yourself. Nats, me understand what I say. Big up. Big up people on TikTok. Brit Wagwan. The people are left to depend on the mercy of God. Which is a wonderful thing because the mercy of God is and the grace of God is abound. But I am talking about the responsibility of a government that collect our taxes. You understand? And they have failed the people. And this is, like I said, this is just a small glimpse into the larger problem and how many people are in a worse problem than this man right here. And I mean literally worse than him. Trust me, you wouldn't believe.
But if it's far, what we can do.
The Met Service on Tuesday advised that a trough across the Western Caribbean is expected to move across the island on Tuesday night and linger into Thursday. The weather system is expected to produce cloudy conditions with periods of showers and thunderstorms, which could become heavy at times over most northern parishes. And like the couple, residents living in tents are nervous, like 51-year-old Desmond Anglin.
The wind is blowing me there, man. I want to mash it up. Do it one night time. I'm never start tying them now.
He is worried amid news that another cold front is expected by Friday and is not comforted by the advisory that it won't be as intense as the first.
But I don't know what I'm going with that one, you know. That one has become enough breathing. That gone.
We put the issue of safety to him as his tent is pitched along the roadside.
I'm not really afraid. I'm a community, so I'm not really afraid. But I want to go in the house.
The laborer who said he finds odd jobs to do from time to time told TVJ News that he opted to give his pregnant niece the room he started to rebuild as he braved the wind and rain outside. He said a lot of aid came to the community, but that he wasn't a recipient. But he is hoping that help will find him sooner than later.
I have to commend this man for being that a man. You heard what they said? He granted the room he built to his niece that is pregnant and he's sleeping outside. Sir, salute. Alright, and I want to salute you and highlight it because a lot of these people nowadays don't appreciate men anymore. So I need to highlight that. It is necessary for me to highlight that. Salute to you, sir. We don't get saluted for these things, but salute to you. You know, when men do things, oh, you're a man, you're supposed to do it, but we're not giving the credit. But when we're being chastised, it's loud, but when we're supposed to be saluted, you can hear rat pissing on cotton. You hear what I said? Let's continue.
More garments to get back into the house. Some more material and them stuff then.
He is waiting patiently on the recovery shelter program where persons will get up to $500,000 to repair their roof.
No, nobody no come after me outside. God, they look at money when they say I want 2 men have no TRN and no ID. I'm going to old fisherman ID when I have. That's how I have, so no come to know yet new money.
And Jonas, your government are wicked. Your government are wicked. Because people now have tearing an ID. People remember upon TikTok when we burn them out about the tearing an ID. And then come out with greener posts about, oh, come my video go viral, you know. Then come out with greener posts and come talk about, oh, nothing is true about tearing an ID for food and aid and relief. And then them come and change up them mouth in a parliament. And I said, even if it's for the relief for people build them house, when we were voting for uno nastiness and honest and the government and the politician them, when people go vote for uno and they never have their ID, what uno do? Uno went to the black book. Why uno don't go to the black book for this man and other people that don't have their ID so they can get the aid with a signature from them? You still have the accountability. Accountability and can still be maintained. But guess blurt not talk. You know, wicked no blows and scare. Can you imagine? A man live in a tent because he never tear in an ID, he can't get one little piece of money, and not even a good money. And not even a good damn money from the government. You know what a wicked set of people on them, yeah? Jamaica, you must know. You must know, you know. You must know. But me I tell you, say, I personally not going to be in a situation like this. And them are people that ever get my vote again after what them do. Me can tell you that. Them can't look for me. Them can't see me. Them can't chat to me. Them can't chat to my family them. Lock off. No communication. Anybody else but them. Never forgive them for this. If I was these people that is going through this. I must have blows and skirt, man. I want to know, man. I don't know.
Anglin also pointed to his friend Omari Watson, popularly known as Morgan, who is in.
No, big up Nads. I not even feed them money. Nads talk truth, a people send relief. Talk truth, no Nads. A people send help, and not even feed them money. It's our money. Talk truth. Thank you for that comment. Me have to highlight it. And not even feed them their money. Let's continue.
In a similar situation, Mr. Watson suffered a stroke recently and was unable to speak to us on camera. However, he indicated that he wants to erect a tent he got recently, but that's been hampered by the strong winds. Since the passage of Hurricane Melissa,
This only get worse, ladies and gentlemen. So you tell me, say this a man have stroke a while ago, and the man don't have a roof over his head in a different condition. Eh? Where the MP then there? Where the councillor them there? Where are these people in government for go up on foot and look and dig? Them type of situation is what you call extenuating circumstances, you know. This a way you're supposed to move above and beyond for help people swiftly, you know. You're telling me that this man's life could end with these conditions. Boy, me I tell you, say, hey, boy, me don't know what's still in a man, but me don't know what. Me say if half of Jamaica did stay like me. If half of Jamaica did stay like me, JLP couldn't even get a second term. As a matter of fact, if I did the PMP in a government, then couldn't get a second term neither because I done businesses. Oh, me not take it. Anyone the PMP did what JLP are doing a first term or the second term. If first term, then couldn't get a second term. If they get a second term, then couldn't get a third term. You hear what I say? I don't business, which name it is. I don't business via PMP, JLP, NDM, RJR, CVM TV. Tell it the way how you treat me, I am going to treat you the way you treat me. If you show me love and appreciation and you take care of me, I'm going to take care of you. Yes, but these people are not being taken care of and them have the money if you do it. Nobody not tell me not. Them have the money. Them are germs. A whole heap of money them get. You hear me say? Whole heap of money them get. People who don't say, me good MP. As a matter of fact, who say we good Zulika Jess. Zulika Jess don't get the $10 million yet. Hold on a little bit. Lord Jesus. Let me go for that video there. Me have to add it to this. Mighty God. Let me go for that video there real quick. You can't make this up. You can't make this up, you know? Make me go for that video there real quick. You cannot make this up. No way you can make this up, ladies and gentlemen. Where you there? Where my baby there? See her, yeah? Come through, my baby. Come through. Where there?
Today's a very busy.
No, man. We don't want it like that, man. Come on, speed it up a little bit and boom. Ah, see it there now? Them dead. Alright. So we are going to Bobs now. We're going to start. Alright, my people. Let's take a look at this one, Zulika, Jess.
The office here in Santa Cruz. Today is a day that we're actually going to be distributing supply to persons who had made the application from last year following Hurricane Melissa. But whilst I'm at it, I just want to use this opportunity to provide you with a very quick update because so many of you have been reaching out, you've been calling and you have been messaging, you've stopped by the office to find out about the status of the building allocation that was announced from last year by the government, the $10 million building allocation that the government indicated that your member of parliament would have received for you on behalf of the constituency. Now, this is just to let you know that unfortunately here in Northeastern St. Elizabeth, that allocation has not yet been received. I did follow up this morning to find out what is the latest so that I could provide you with a status update. I was informed that perhaps within another week or so, might be less, might be more, then that allocation should be sent over to the hardware so that you can start accessing building material. But for now, we haven't received that allocation. And so that is why those of you who had applied to the office for building assistance, we haven't been able to respond to that need in the way that we would like to respond. What you see happening like today and over the last few weeks and months is really as a result of my reaching out to private entities, private individuals, private organizations and seeking assistance to try and help the situation because we haven't received that allocation from the government as yet. But I do understand that there is an urgent need, and that is why I have been doing my very best to reach out to all who I can to seek assistance for you, and that's why we've been able to do what we have been doing. But as it relates to those of you who have not as yet received the assistance, even though you had applied after the hurricane, I will let you know as soon as that allocation is made available to the hardware so that you in turn can go to the hardware and access the benefit that you so desperately desire and need. So I'll keep you posted. But for now, this is what we've managed to do. From last year, right after the storm. And I also know that many of you heard that if you get $10 million to help facing zero. So unfortunately, because there's no way of me, I still have not gotten that $10 million. And even when they grant me, I thought it was private and I'm and they said that the home just didn't want to be but even when they grant that money, you will not come to me as your member party. All it's going to go to the party. But I also know that some of them have no faith to apply at the office. So when it hits their deadline here, and because you have a hearing number of parliament, I have been on my knees in prayer, and I have been walking and begging and soliciting.
You like how you turn up to it, that's all me love. I look up, you're tougher than Swilly. Tell them that.
Alright, so what I can say to you is that even though we don't get any money from the government as yet, we the $10 million program, I have been doing some begging for you, and this is how we have money to get. Yes. So today we're going to do this, we're going to put an activity of time so that we can be you know, sir, I know everything, we're not asking for money, but it's a
What you mean, that's all?
Right, and as soon as more becomes available,
you touch me up. Right.
How many of us are not these now when they're touching the house?
What you mean? I do with power lady this now. I'm not chat too much, I win more, I win again.
Alright, so thank you. Today's a very busy day at the office here in Santa Cruz.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say the reality of the people within this space. Can you imagine Zulika Jess in our constituency, an area that they call Ground Zero? Can you imagine them not receiving the $10 million allocation from the government to deal with these housing supplies? It's not money she getting in her hand, as she explained. The money would go to the hardware. You understand? And then get the supplies from the hardware and then allocate it based off of the list and who did apply. And the people them don't get it all now. Is this political victimization? We see recently the good MP, a Queen of the SATA, to come out. Football league are cancelling at them area by police high command. Them now nothing better for do. Them now have them now have criminal in the JCF and the JDF for catch. Them now have nothing better for do. More than a shut down peaceful football league in our area people was ravished by Hurricane Melissa. You know see how the money must suffer the people in the country. Right? And I tell you, say, brother, I don't know about the people them still in us. I don't really want for the punish and I be emotional, you know, but I tell you, say, really and truly it hurt me, you know. I'm tired of them people, you know. I don't know if I'm not tired of them, but I know I'm tired of them. I know I'm tired of this government here. And I just recently I start to follow them up. You understand? I recently start to follow, and I'm tired of them already. I don't know how you guys did it for 10 years. I am up to here with this government. Right? And this is why I'm inviting you people to sign the MAGNITSKY Act. Right? No, man. This bad man. I don't know what thinking I community. I'm not going further. I can't bother. In terms of this reaction, I'm not going no further. It's very, very clear to me. And it should be clear to you as well. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Moving on to the next. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Alright, let me see. Justice accepts severe, blah, blah, blah. Mr. Ian Hills. Wow. Look at this man. I'm going to tell you.
And still out west, a member of
It's 3 hours ago. Definitely have to look on this and add it to because the flooding is serious. We are going in the country right now. Why Jamaica, Jamaica get it and then I realize, you know, then look at thing here, light, you know. Tell you boy, I'm gonna take it light. Ladies and gentlemen, the prophetic word is being unfolded on the country. Be a suddenly. I'm gonna take a look on this. Mighty God.
All and chaos. Several communities and roadways in western Jamaica were left flooded today after heavy rains lashed the island. Up until press time, the National
Angela,
Agency NWA was urging motorists to be careful while traversing some areas. Ramarda Lyons reports.
Good.
A few hours of rain Thursday left some roads in western Jamaica looking like water parks.
My
Motorists like this one brave forceful gushing floodwaters. In Ocean Point, Hanover, the community's name took on meaning. Several cars sit in water.
Mighty God, what are they?
The driveway and the land space unrecognizable. Some residents can find the higher grounds. In Negril, Westmoreland, similar flooding.
The infrastructure in Negril needs to be improved. And why do I say that? Look, population growth, climate change, new housing development, just the expansion of Negril, the old set of pipes and drains and everything can't keep up with what's happening in Negril as we speak.
Vehicles move behind him freely. Up the road, it's a different scene. One resident shudders at the thought of more rain.
The land is so saturated right now that if we get similar rainfall tomorrow, half of Negril will be underwater.
And I just want to kindly ask, don't wait to send the drain cleaning money come to clean the drains in Negril. I am kindly asking that the drain cleaning money comes earlier. I just want to say also that for last year, I've received $3 million to clean the drains in western Westmoreland. And just let me say to you, there's over 500 drains in western Westmoreland, and the majority of drains, it will only take $3 million to clean each one.
Elsewhere, the schoolboy is guided through.
Ladies and gentlemen, can you hear that? You know how much money the government get? Only say gotta beat and Jonas bad and I expose them and then government. What are they going to see? They don't have the money. Them have the money. Them have the money, ladies and gentlemen. Is what them going to do with the money. TikTok, me go any live and come back. Them a flag me live. Right? Wanna like and share the video on YouTube. Zin? What they gonna say?
Was up to his waist. And for this biker, revving interrupted. Daniel Ricketts, Community Relations Officer at the National Works Agency's Western Office, says several roadways in Western Jamaica have been affected.
In the parish of Hanover, we have the section in the vicinity of the Point community that is now heavily inundated. And for these corridors, we advise persons to be mindful that there will be significant delays as persons are not able to traverse those sections freely. In the parish of Westmoreland, we have, for example, the Norman Manley Boulevard that is now impacted by inundation. We advise commuters to exercise due care when traversing these and other sections of the roadway.
Romarda Lyons, TVJ News.
Parliament for Western Westmoreland Ian Hales is bemoaning the slow pace of assessments by the Ministry of Labour on persons who lost their homes after Hurricane Melissa. Kimberly Petty has the details.
As he holds an umbrella in the pelting rain, a member of Parliament for Westmoreland Western Ian Hills expressed frustration with the government as he says Hurricane Melissa victims in his constituency are still sleeping under tarpaulins.
Enough is enough. Time come now for the people them to get the check, figure by the material. We just went through a cold front. And secondly, we are now about to go through a rainy season in Western Jamaica. And the majority of our citizens still have not gotten anything help or assistance from government, and we are now going into the 5th month since the hurricane. The government have said that the assessments are completed and it's not to send out the checks so that the persons can put back their roof or put back their lives together.
The MP was the handing over of a house on Thursday by the S Hotel.
I've been getting hundreds of calls from citizens who are saying that they have not been assessed. And I'm asking the government, let the self-assessment form be advertised, put it out on your websites, all the government websites, so that persons can fill out the self-assessment. As you can see, we are standing in the rain.
Mr. Hales made this impassioned plea.
I'm appealing to the government. It's been 5 months, 5 long months. Persons in the constituency are still without a roof. They are still without just a home in general. I'm saying, look, if you have done the assessment, let us start helping the citizens of Westmoreland by giving them the check now so that they can go out and get the little material so that they can start rebuilding their life.
The government launched the Shelter Recovery Program just last month, where it was revealed that some 70,000 houses were assessed. So far, 50 persons received checks of up to 500,000 through their Roots program. However, Mr. Hales is not comforted by that number.
It's been 5 long months, and I know persons that are in government, no government minister, or no member of parliament or government entity would sit and wait, have their family members wait for 5 months to get some assistance. So I'm appealing again. Just as how Shelter came in and gave the help, I'm appealing again to the government. It's 5 months. Now make we go in at the 6 months and the people of Westmoreland don't get the check.
He is hoping that the assessments will be accelerated so persons can live comfortably.
The farmers these days don't pray for the rain. They pray for a shelter over their head along with the citizens of Westmoreland. Let's do the right thing and let's ensure that they don't go over into the 6th month in terms of waiting to buy a little building material so that they can start rebuilding their lives.
Kimberly Petty for TVJ News.
Wow. I guess he's counting from October, November, December, January, February. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, I mean, what is the excuses of the government? 70,000 houses that they have analyzed, and I don't think they have given out the money for 20,000. They have already done those 70,000 according to them. And they have not given out the money. They did a little press conference for what? 50 people the other day. So every 50 people them have the press conference. Hey, Mr. God not sleep. I think a joke. God not sleeping, huh? God is not sleeping, man. I'm telling you, God is not sleeping. God is not sleeping. Let's go to the next situation here, ladies and gentlemen. Big up Mr. Ian Hills. I want to say salute to him. Right? His hand is tied behind his back. And he's handcuffed, right? With a anchor and a chain tied to his foot, and they have dropped him in the ocean. But he's still fighting for the people of Western Jamaica in his constituency. Big up Mr. Ian Hills. He's in an impossible situation. Impossible. See, and the people of his constituency is even worse in an impossible situation. He's beckoning, calling, pleading, pressing the government to act swiftly. But we see what is happening, ladies and gentlemen. Let's continue.
Negril's tourism stakeholders have been getting assurances for years. This evening, the Tourism Enhancement Fund explains what has delayed the development of the Negril Beach Park. Ramada Lyons reports.
The Negril Beach Park continues to sit in decay, but passing it daily are happy tourists who continue to sing praises about Negril.
So we've been coming here for over a decade now, and every time we leave the property that we're staying at, we've always felt safe.
This is probably our fifth. Yeah. Just the weather's beautiful, the people are friendly, it's just enjoyable.
We always feel safe when we're here. We've been coming here for years.
Pansy Racing, a hotelier in the industry for 22 years, says this doesn't mean there aren't any issues.
Tourists will come, they overlook certain things, but they still talk about it. They would love to see Negril looking like a first world resort. Even though we're not first world, but we can be a first world resort. Based on what we have. We have the sun, the sea, the sand. So let's utilize all those resources and make it one big melting pot of everything that supports the community along with the visitors.
President of the Negril Chamber of Commerce, Damien Salmon, agrees.
Yes, it's probably true that many tourists don't see what we see because A, we're here all the time, and B, we have some level of responsibility for to be able to provide to the tourists infrastructure, the clean and safe surroundings, and all those things that to a certain degree that the tourists would take for granted in that sort of sense.
The Tourism Enhancement Fund is a statutory body in Jamaica set to support, improve, and sustain the tourism sector. It operates under the Ministry of Tourism. I met with Dr. Kerry Wallace, the executive director. He notes that there were discussions about the beach park prior to 2017 when he assumed the role.
I believe in the previous administration there were several designs and there were disputes from the locals about which one they prefer and so on, and so it kind of went back to the drawing board, which is how we found that project.
William Vassell has been operating his business in Negril for 37 years. He says the pace of work in the town is killing the interest of potential workers.
To come to work so hard in the system, where sometimes getting home is impossible. The infrastructure has not been improved. So as a result of that, a lot of young people maybe don't want to gear towards the system. For us, who is a veteran in the business, we understand.
So what's causing the delays at the beach park?
A variety of things. I mean, we've had COVID in a way, we've had Melissa as well too, of course. I mean, our focus at EF now has been so much on getting the industry back on its feet. And we're not just talking the hotels and attractions, we're talking about the people.
He argues that it's public procurement, which is often a prolonged administrative process. Now, this means...
It's not like a private sector where you just have the money and you can just hire a contractor and go ahead. We have to go through a lengthier process. So I just hope that everybody can understand, what we have to do.
What assurances can you give though that it's not just a pipe dream? And if possible, what timeline can you look at, like next 5 years, next 10 years?
I would say we're likely to complete the designs, but of course we have to do it in conjunction with the stakeholders. It's not that we're going to stay in Kingston and just design it out and then come and start building. We have to do drawings, do concepts, from concepts to drawings and so on, and then come and show our stakeholders in Negril. So in terms of when, I would say that we'll be able to have some stakeholder meetings in this financial year coming, and we should be able to get to works contracts by the following financial year, if everything goes well.
Tomorrow, we hear about other issues in Negril. Ramada Lyons, TVJ News.
So Westmoreland seems to be getting it, man. Bad roads, no water for the people, even the tourism is being affected. The rains. Boy, I tell you, this government is just one big bag of disaster. One barrel of disaster. Let's go to the next clip, ladies and gentlemen. Tell me what you think about that situation. We're going to keep an eye on it. But you can see that the man really doesn't have any ideas to really when is the, you know, there's just a lot of uncertainty surrounding the actual project itself. I wonder if it's because it was allegedly, I think it was initiated by the People's National Party. I wonder. But let's continue.
Report on Power 106 FM's Morning Agenda. In the Auditor General report tabled in the lower house on Tuesday, it noted that the purchase of 200 Starlink devices for $12 million following Hurricane Melissa violated Jamaica's public procurement laws. The Auditor General said his examination of letters showed that Minister of Energy, Transport and Telecommunications Darrell Vaz had started the purchase of the devices through a letter to the ODPEM Director General dated November 13, 2025, acting in his role as co-chair of Relief and Recovery Oversight Committee created by the government. In response, Minister Vaz defended his actions, declaring he will not apologize. But for the principal director of the National Integrity Action, Dr. Gavin Myers,
it wasn't that the procurement systems failed, it was that they weren't used. And even when the attempt was being made to use it, it was attempted to use retrospectively or retroactively. So it shows that people understand that the systems can work, but people chose not to.
Dr. Myers added that Minister Vaz's actions was a blatant disregard of the processes.
The systems that are there, there's a systematic reaching. There's somewhat of an approach that is saying that, look here, these don't work for me. I am choosing to do something else, even though something there can work. And that is problematic.
For her part, Executive Director of the Jamaica...
Ladies and gentlemen, you know, say I really appreciate that man, Mr. Gavin Meyer. Although I do miss the previous principal director of the National Integrity Action. I do miss her. But I don't know, this man has been really vocal. Tell me what you think about him. And he has been vocal in the very right ways. In the ways of integrity. Yes? Because he's absolutely right. Darrell Vaz is spitting in the face, and the JLP is spitting in the face of the actual rules of government regarding the procurement procedures. In all their ministries, there seems to be an issue, ladies and gentlemen. Or majority of their ministries. Right? This is a mafia government. They do things how they feel like doing it, and then anytime the Auditor General comes out and gives her actual reports, they want to reject and put her down and try to discredit her. I don't think Hurricane Melissa has opened enough people's eyes. I don't think so. I think the people are still sleeping. But that's my opinion, Nats. That's my opinion. But I appreciate this gentleman. Let's continue.
Can work. And that is problematic.
For her part, Executive Director of the Jamaica Accountability Meter Portal, Jeanette Calder, said that while she understands that the minister's actions were well intended, they were in contravention of the law.
So the minister is trying to convince me, and I'm not convinced at all, that the systems put in place in an institution that is there to respond to an emergency would not have been able to respond quickly. I don't agree. Procurement methodologies are there precisely to deal with emergency situations. And for situations like this, as Gavin said, they were not allowed to be tested and failed. The whole thing, the premise of the minister is that, look, nothing that government and parliament has done is good enough. Only what I decide to do for the people of Jamaica will be good enough.
As for his response to the Auditor General's report, she believes Minister Vaz...
That's another lady I have a lot of respect for, Miss Jeanette Calder. She really tied it up in a bow. The systems are in place, but Darrell Vaz decided to do things his way. And he's not apologizing. You heard him. Wrong and strong. And it's very, very dangerous. This man needs to retire. He needs to go immediately. And I'm going to be constantly calling for that on this platform. If you agree, type agree in the comment section. The man is disgusting. He has a disgusting attitude. Right? He need to go on pig pen and deal with hog. Right? Because he doesn't know structure and rules. It's like he wants to intend to break all the rules them. and then gaslight people talking about if it means saving lives and all of this crap. Right? When the things is put in place to still save lives and maintain the rules. But time, God on time. Let's continue.
Should be held accountable and apologize to the people of Jamaica.
The minister has broken laws, which he shouldn't break. He is to be held accountable for it, notwithstanding his well intention. But the minister should be turning around to Jamaica to say, as the chair of this oversight committee, I am going to hold to account the office of the police commissioner for putting down 41 of these devices that cost the country so much and haven't used it.
Hey, me say, Mama talk up the things them no man. Talk up the things them no man. Eh? Police commissioner in a hot water. Eh? 41 of them put on and I use no yeah and them not on the inventory. Mighty God. Somebody say Hog deserve better.
In the meantime, Principal Director of the National Integrity Action, Dr. Gavin Myers, also highlighted the issue of interference at the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management by government officials.
There's a culture that you are above the rules. There's a culture that you have the right to intervene, even where legally you cannot tread. There's this culture that feels like because you are who you are, you can say and do whatever it is, and then how dare anyone ask you to be held to account? And this culture is something that is very worrisome. So the perception is being made that there are no rules that can hold you. And as a Jamaica, we have a written constitution. We have a written constitution that is supreme.
Jamaica is now home to one of the largest cold storage and agro-processing.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, there you have it. The situation with Daryl Vaz is untenable. And it's embarrassing that we have government officials that operate in the manner that he does. It's also embarrassing that we have a leader. Very concerning that we have a leader that, facilitates his arrogance in that regard, that he's not removed from the party. It's almost as if I run things and not Andrew. You guys realize that, right? Same thing with what's his face? What's the name again? Christopher Tufton. It's the same thing. It's the same thing with what the next guy name? Fly Green. It's the same thing with Everald Warmington. You guys see the pattern? Andrew Honest cannot check nobody in his party as a leader. For the persons on TikTok, come over to my YouTube because they keep flagging my TikTok page. I don't know why. I start the video, it gets restricted. So come over to my YouTube. Alright? Just a bone out no battery. This is incredible. It's absolutely incredible, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section, alright? Alright, let me come off this now. And let me. So we have 2 videos there that have been uploaded. I need to upload the other 2. This was, when was this? This was what? The 6th? This was the 5th. So okay, these 2 need to be uploaded now. Alright, wonderful. Upload the other 2. Even when I finish my live, guys, I still have work to do, Yeah, I don't have a team. It's just me over here. It's just me over here. Let me go back and reopen these closed tabs. Yeah, man. Let me go back and open these closed tabs because there's a picture there that I need to get. Yeah, alright. Reopen these closed tabs. Yes, this lady right here. Yeah, I need this picture. Need this picture. You're gonna be on the thumbnail. Alright. Save. Let me see. Send it to myself. All right. Hold on. Wonderful. All right. There's a video of Peter Chambers in the man that I need to find. Peter Chambers, SATA. See if we can find it. No, you know, make find it. Him say him do it a year ago. Yeah. He said he did it a year ago. So I need to find it. Lord, manifesto. Here you go. Jamaican strike. Which one of these is it? Tufton, Babsy. Let me just go on. Let me go and search for it. And at the same time, let me go to the video that I want to take a look at. Big up Zalika Jess. Love you, mama. Alright, so let's go here. Mr. Mystic Sensation. Okay.
Right, certain laws, right? Every country that has a constitution, right, has become sovereign. It simply means this is a constitution that makes you sovereign, so you have your own laws and you govern by your own laws. So it is not like FBI can just come into your country like that. They can't. Now the government, right? What you see? Are fighting, right? Drugs and fighting gun transshipment. They are the one who converting the drugs. Right, let me say some of them. I don't want to use a broad paintbrush here. Some of them are the very same ones, right? Converting the drugs to their benefit, right? To enrich themselves through illicit means. We just can't make this up. We can't make this thing up. And Andrew Honest, let me say this. Andrew Honest has never come out categorically, right? And speak seriously against, right, these drugs barons, right? And so then, we have to call it out for what it is.
Wow.
Now, we have seen some changes making right now. Let me say this, Jamaica. I want you to think, right, with your cranium. Do you believe that Andrew Honest would have making certain changes to embarrass his government? No, Jamaica, I am telling you, and I want you to listen. Andrew Honest is under pressure from the United States. Now, they can try to use their spin machine, right, over NNN to spin. But they can't spin the facts. And people are seeing the changes being happening. When we say that extradition is on the DPP's desk, you notice that the DPP can't come out and deny that. The DPP know that we are saying it.
Wow.
Right? The government can't deny that. So they're using their their spin doctors to come out and spin garbage. And people, you are going to see things unfold. Look what I'm going to show you now, people.
Yes.
Let me show you that currently, right, tomorrow, as a matter of fact, beginning tomorrow.
What?
SATA is going to be dismantled.
Yes, I heard about it today Friday.
Do you think that, okay, all right, it is Andrew Honest or it is Kevin Blake, right, who
yeah,
doing this?
no.
They're under pressure. Because external entity have many of them involved in serious drugs operation and gaining the benefit from drugs.
Wow.
So they are under pressure to to make these changes.
Wow.
Now, let me show you by not just speaking, you know that when you come over here, this is mystic sensation, you are going to get the facts. Right? And if I am wrong, I am not the main source. Let me go to the main source.
Yes.
So look at this, people. Let me show this for you all to read for yourself. Right? This is not something that we are making up. This is not something that we are making up any at all. Look at this, people. Let me share this. Quick and fast. Here it is. Remember, I told you how to search on people. Use up your Google search engine. Now, based on recent report, you know what? Let me see if I can expand that for you so you can see. I want people to see the evidence in terms of my reference this morning. I want to show the people that this is no joke, right? We are serious in terms of what we are saying and calling out. Andrew Owner's administration is the most corrupted administration ever in the history of Jamaica.
Ever.
I'm not trying, you know, I shouldn't be, you know, I'm using source evidence to teach my people and show my people the truth.
Right.
100% truth and nothing but the truth. Now, based on recent reports, a major investigation is underway within the Jamaica Constabulary Force. Following the discovery of illegal cocaine inside the Counter-Terrorism and Organized Crime Investigation Branch, SATA storage facilities, this is a crime shame. This is a disgrace. This is a disgrace. It is not only the police officers are using this. Politicians involved. The Jamaica Labour Party politicians involved. It is embarrassing. The audit ordered by Deputy Commissioner of Police Richard Stewart revealed that 2 parcels of cocaine were unaccounted for following the January 8, 2026 arrest of SATA Inspector Martin Walker within 5.8 kilograms of cocaine. Now, Jamaica, let me tell you this. It gone beyond 2 parcels.
Mighty God.
It gone beyond 2 parcels. Yes. All right. Here's a breakdown of situation based on available information. Bulletin point number 1. SATA reorganization. Commissioner of Police Dr. Kevin Blake has ordered the restructuring of SATA and removed the Firearm and Narcotics Investigation Division from SATA's oversight. Then now, how could SATA provide oversight to Firearm and Narcotics Investigation Division when you, SATA, involved in drugs? And look at the embarrassment. You are the one who's supposed to provide oversight on the Firearm and Narcotics Investigation Division, but yet, SATA, you are the one who involved, and not only the inspector will get caught, right? It goes up, right? It goes up.
Who that? Addy,
it goes
baseman,
up
big up.
as to line supervision, right? And gone into the gazetted ranks. That's how far it has been traveled. Bulletin point number 2, personal transfers in the wake of the scandal. Assistant Commissioner of Police Dr. Anthony McLaughlin has been reassigned to lead the forensic service branches, and Superintendent Victor Barrett has been transferred to the crime and security portfolio. This is a blast in. Hey, this is so embarrassing to all of us, both home and abroad. Extremely embarrassment. Never yet, under the administration of a Portia Simpson, never yet, under the administration of a PJ Patterson, never yet, under the administration even of a Bruce Gold, never under the administration of Edward Tiago, never under the administration of Michael Manley, nor Norman Manley, in the east of our politics. But when you have someone corrupted as Andrew Owens, right? Anything can happen. It is a crime shame that we have a prime minister, right, who is leading the country, who cannot have his statutory declaration certified.
Jesus.
Right? As a result of illicit means. And now it is so evident that the police force that Andrew Owens.
Guys,
right?
Give me a second. Let me just check the audio on this thing. I want to know that I didn't waste my time. Let me check the audio on these things.
I am a people.
Whoa, calm down, my brother. Damn.
We are now in this space again. In this one, we're going to cover a few things, hurricane victims, the flooding, and we're also going to
suffered a stroke recently.
family them. Go vote for them. Salute.
Like the couple, residents living in tents are afraid of the cold front on the outside.
And it's so dire.
Alright, me need to turn down my microphone. God. I only think that me want to find out where I go on with it, you know?
Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Don't make we go in at the sick. Ian here, I want to say salute to you.
This question is about the beach park.
Yeah, man. Me need to turn down my microphone. My microphone too high. Damn. They can't say they're not hear me still. Let's continue. Sheesh. Lord of mercy.
As a prime minister, overseas, right, is now involved in situations like this. Extremely devastating as it relates to be moving forward.
Right.
The entire police force, right, needs to clean up. Because as long as Andrew Holness becomes a prime minister, still remain a prime minister, right, we will try everything to prevent any form of investigation within him. But as I said, my Jamaican people, time is longer than rope, but than time. And I want to special kudos to Pamela Manroe to be putting up a good fight in exposing the criminals, right, of the Jamaica Labour Party, right, and within the police force. Bulletin point number 4, corruption allegation. The investigation is currently focused on the breach of protocols and the involvement of officers in illicit activities. We are not the ones on social media who are just accusing them. The evidence is clear. The evidence is so clear. Give me a minute. I'm alive. We can't come out. I'm alive. Yeah. Right? The evidence is so clear. Now, by cameras, the JCFI command has generally advocated for increased accountability with these investigations aimed at addressing corruption within the specialized unit. So hold on now. Back up a little bit. So when we were saying all along that the body cameras needed, like when the police are engaging with so-called criminals as how they have it, and dealing with extrajudiciary killing, the body cameras never needed. When we were telling you to provide transparency and balance, and as a matter of fact, I'm going to talk.
Yes.
Every time we push into a corner, we're going to talk about, okay, we are going to get body camera.
Yeah, that's what they do.
As a matter of fact, administration eat up some money. Remember some corrupted. The amount of corruption that is going to come out. Jamaica, let me say this to you. Believe you me, Jamaica, it now past 2026. Just imagine, we are at February and the amount of E. coli that is coming out. I am telling you, Jamaica, be confident that 2026, we are going to see happenings that is going to amaze us.
No, he's speaking, but he doesn't, I don't think he knows that he's speaking prophetically, because that has been said by Pastor, the Apostle Jeffrey Shuttleworth. Before 2026 or by 2027, we're going to see a new prime minister in Jamaica, a righteous prime minister. So you know, so that's not Andrew Holness. Because you know, so we don't have a righteous one right now. There's going to be a change. The shift is already happening, ladies and gentlemen, and it's happening rapidly. Them under pressure, man. Don't make them trick on the air. Them under serious pressure.
Let me just stop sharing this and take this away.
No joke.
Before I bring in melting pot, me have to drop the bomb, you know. Me have to drop the bomb on the people, you know, let me go for my phone. Because the way I get this information, my people, from top brass of the police force. And because I never do certain adjustment and this information, I am going to read it out. But I want to sit back. I want to listen. Now let me say the first thing that was sent to me, right, and we should confirm to be true. SATA to be disbanded coming Friday. The personnel to be transferred all over. Now, listen to this, people. Melton Pot, I think you have this, right? Yes, Superintendent Marvin Brooks to be transferred to Era 3. Superintendent Victor Barrett to be transferred out of CIB. People who listen. Brooks and Barrett pull guns on each other at Constant Spring Police Station over drugs from SATA. Will you hear that, people? Will you hear that? No, Melton Pot, I'm laughing at this. This is very serious.
No, it's serious. It's serious.
Look, let me repeat that, Jamaican people. I say, people don't get enough coffee, man. We don't line up this morning. Brooks and Barrett pull guns on each other at Constant Spring Police Station over the drugs from SATA. A whole triple effect. That avenue. Because they have to tell Mystic Sensation, on that earth, that they have a system in place where all drugs be recorded, logged in the system, and you have them two criminals here. They fight over drugs when they get out of the storeroom.
Jesus.
How did they get into the storeroom?
To get the drugs. Wow.
How did they get into the storeroom?
That is wild.
Drugs, seize drugs. So if they are moving drugs, they are moving guns. We want to see the danger of Jamaica.
Serious thing.
Administration.
Yes.
This is under Andrew Warner's administration. And his puppet, who he has to lead as Commissioner of Police. And let me repeat it before I even go any further. Shame on those who speak.
How many people remember the prophetic word from Pastor Peter Chambers regarding the police force? That God will have them turning on against each other. Who remember? I'm going to find those videos, you know. I'm going to make it a point of duty to find those videos. I'm going to be probing Pastor Peter Chambers' page. Because there's a video where he specifically talk about SATA, you know. I go find it, man. I go find it. Believe me, I go find it.
About
I go find it.
Kevin Blake is to be gentleman of the year.
You
don't understand what is coming out now? How do you feel?
Yo, hey, me say every time they exalt themselves, God shame them. Jesus, you are the God. You are Lord, Father. Every time a man they exalt themselves, God shame them. You don't realize every single time they come out and exalt themselves, God put them down and show the people them true colors. Mighty God of Daniel, Ashi, Lisa, Anna, you should be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed of yourself, Lisa, Anna. No, look at joke. No, look at joke.
And integrity. Bad mind and a bad mind. Yes. Bad mind. Him honesty and integrity. Him not in a one ina.
Yes, him not mix
so
up.
So you have to pull him down.
Yes.
So when they come out and endorse the Commissioner of Police to be the gentleman of the year. To say what, okay, all right. Andrew Warner's in extension is doing well. Kupa to. Kupa some to.
Mighty God.
Someone ungrateful. So someone who would defend Andrew Warner.
They're ready.
Me, they said this morning. Now, Brooks and Barrett pull guns on each other at Constant Spring Police Station over the drugs from SATA. Then I saw the drugs money sweet.
Parkside.
Superintendent, I mean I call out the name. Peter Rowe from FNID have the footages from SATA trying to destroy. What? You can't destroy. The cocaine was moved from SATA by throwing it from upstairs to downstairs.
Mighty God. No, look back. No, well, no, I was never see melted bat last. Yo, look at melted bat a laugh. Look melted bat here that I like. Look at melted bat reaction. Look at melted bat a laugh. Watch out. Watch melted bat. Look at melted bat start laugh. Watch out. Yo. No. Yo, Jamaica one big old Bahamas house place.
People see what they want.
Yo, Jamaica one big old house place. Oh my God. We have a laugh here, man.
Peter Rowe of FNID have the footages from SATA trying to destroy. You try to destroy because we have here. You know what I'm saying? Try. Now, the cocaine was moved from SATA by throwing it from upstairs to downstairs while two bodies loaded in the vehicle. Now, Hollywood stunt this. Now, Hollywood moving this. We never know the SATA police then.
Yo, them money are dangerous.
No, melting pot, you have to talk about it. You have to tell me when you come on melting pot. What sort of DA SATA police them melting Hollywood? Now, ask Richard Stewart, we have obtained money from building two apartments. Only one DCP, Clifford Blake, not involved in their drugs and corruption as he has been sidelined. All right, Clifford Blake, right? Luckily that you were sidelined.
Yeah.
Operations in JCF, DCP Warren Clark has given orders that the operation teams must not bear body cameras. Whoa, Papa, I want to hear it now, people. Let me explain it. Must not bear body cameras as the killings of criminals must continue. Hey, Jamaica on the year. I want them to put up this stuff. Them must say at some moment.
Read back the line there again to the people, Sir Byron. Read back that same line again.
People, see that, get it, you know. Nobody know people. See that. No. Well, can't take no card now.
Why you read back the line and make them know who are order the police them not to wear the body cam. Read out that name there.
Let me live for you. Can't take no card now. Let me live. Look at my line. Can't even come here. Yeah.
Too hot.
All right. Now, DCP Warren Clark, CTR people, asked for Charles Stewart where he obtained monies from building 2 apartments. Only one DCP, Clifford Blake, not involved in their drugs and corruption as he has been sidelined. Look, he has been sidelined.
All right, so make we look at who Clifford Blake is. Me now look up nobody else because they say Clifford Blake sideline and him in a corruption scene. Clifford Blake, JCF. All right, see man yeah. Deputy Commissioner of Police. See me in Jamaica. Sideline. Hear that? Man involved in a corruption here. That it takes say. Him not in where they mean. Alright, let's continue. Me and Mr. Wayne Loan some talk about them same text here, you know, so the two of them have the same source.
Operations in JCF, DCP Warren Clark has given orders that the operation team must not wear body cameras as the killings of criminals must continue. So they fully agree to carry out extrajudiciary killings on the Jamaican people.
Tell you?
Mighty God of Daniel.
Tell you?
So you know what we have to do now?
Serious thing going on in Jamaica,
We
yeah?
have to send this on
to the FBI,
right, to relevant
DEA, everybody.
to deal with this.
Yes. Yes.
So then,
yes.
The argument about body camera is a joke.
A joke.
Andrew Warnes and the Commissioner of Police have already decided that they are going to operate out of the scope of a body camera. They don't want any proof. They don't want any proof, Jamaica. They want to go on the wrong page of killing. We can't make up this. We are saying that we get the information by top brass because they don't agree. They don't agree with this. They are not in agreement with it. They want transparency. And I say, for people who back in and in this thing about Andrew Wallace is doing good, so then you want to kill. Now, let me ask that question, Andrew Wallace and Kevin Blake. When you decided now to kill, to paint a picture for Andrew Wallace that he's doing crime, while Andrew Wallace is robbing the country, hey, look here, I'm not right around the saying. We don't do the thing around the saying. You understand? We don't polish nothing around the saying. And I am not going to be politically correct. We are going to call it a spade a spade. So Andrew Wallace, Commissioner of Police, and who will continue to hide the Minister of National Security, who not send him up. Or not process him thing fast and send him up.
Hey.
No matter how no hide it, you know, things soon come out, you know. This is 2026, we don't go further than 2026. No matter how no hide it, you know. Now, when these rule cops are transferred to other sections of the force, right, must the public trust them with sensitive information? No. This is what
Can't trust
the
them.
person who sent the information saying, you know, why is the USA silent on the stewardship of Kevin Blake? Is it because he has a USA citizenship? Is that why a blind eye is being turned to extrajudicial killing? No, let me answer you. Let me answer you with this one. They have now, Andrew Wallace's government has now become a political spawn. We don't know, right, how much Andrew Wallace, as a result of his corruption and as a result of him being compromised, how much of our sovereignty being sold out.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Andrew
true.
Wallace has been fully compromised, and our sovereignty, Jamaica's sovereignty, has been sold out.
It's damn sad.
I don't want to complain on that. We can't get plainer on that.
Get plainer than that.
Them no to Them no. Academia. No. A lot of people don't want to speak up, but they know. But they love when mystics speak. They love when mystics speak. Why is the USA allowing the spin doctors in the JCF to manipulate the crime statistics and use police killings to cover up? Hey! So they've been saying it. Now you have a senior gazetted officer who is also speaking out now. More will come out to the people. More coming out to them. Why is the USA silent on breaches of Geneva Convention by the JCF? Is it because Kevin Blake is a citizen of USA? Why the Leah Convention restriction arms and ammunition to JCF has not been done? What will the JCF do with those M16 rifles being used by SATA that has been featured in several fatal shootings to include fraud. How are the backside is?
Mighty God.
Yeah, man.
People hear that?
Yeah, man.
People hear that? The information coming out that these weapons being planted on persons, M16s that are within the system being planted on persons. Hey, Andrew Honest, everything that is happening, Andrew Honest, you are to be blamed. You are to be. Let me ask a question. No, I'm going to ask a question, Andrew Honest. I'm asking you a question, and a very serious question I'm asking. Is your government using SATA and other entities to convert the storage of drugs for you and other member of parliament benefits? I'm asking a question, not accusing. Is that been happening? Question. These M16s have not been tested at the forensic lab. What do you got, people?
Wow.
Will the Governor General will it go in general circulation to continue murdering the youths? Will you get them something there? What social investment has the government of Jamaica made to curb crime? Nothing. He might tell lie. He might tell lie. They manipulate the figures. You understand? As one what these people in the society are backing. You understand? And look at the level of criminality that is coming out of the Andrew Honest police force. Look at the level of criminality, people. Are we waiting to become a state like Colombia? Question. Since operations are planned, warrants are obtained, signed by JP, body cameras must be worn to aid accounting in light of the numerous extrajudicial killings, such as Sherry Lane, led by Superintendent Cardoza, and the Windward Road killings of the 3 youths, among others. That means that him feature in a many extrajudicial killing. Many extrajudicial killing. Him feature in. Should the public take comfort and confidence in Kevin Blake, when he has shown since 2023 that accountability is lacking and corruption is rampant? As Kevin Blake eroded the solid platform laid by Anderson to allow corruption to take root throughout the force from top to bottom? When will the public be told about the theft of the cocaine and the attempts to cover up by way of fictitious disposal certification signed by DCP? Almighty God. Deputy Commissioner of Police Richard Stewart, I'm telling the people say gone way up on the top there. I'm telling them say it gone way up on the top, so the drugs and guns being seized. I know we see that, you know. This is coming from a top brass in the police force.
Let it be known, ladies and gentlemen, that this is coming from a top brass in the police force. Not my word.
And you are telling me that Andrew Honest police force is fighting crime? What a calamity in Jamaica. Father God, help us. Father God, I'm asking you to please put your arm over Jamaica, because we are in a dire strait. Now let me put up melting pot, because we have serious things. Jamaica, we have some serious subject matter this morning, you know, understood. Just line up on yourself, you know, never mystic sensation, no one can get it over here. And when we say over here, so no guy can dispute it. No guy. All right, let me bring in melting pot.
Mighty God.
Caribbean, not now go on female in Caribbean. Jamaica.
Well, I'm sure Byron, not now go on female in England, female in left England, put in that England a big country.
Not now go on Jamaica. I want to listen to this. I want to listen. 2012, Lucian Savada, drop a Jamaica. And all of a sudden, in 2013, a friend from St. Martin, this is how it started, you know, this is how it claims it started. A friend from St. Martin just decided that, you know, Lucian Savada sold me an idea and I'm going to start his business, and I gave him $540,000 US. Think of what I'm saying. Think of what I am saying. That the idea that you sold a friend, right? You're not technologically savvy, right? But yet, the friend bought into the idea in terms of giving you $540,000 US. Jamaica, let me say this because I know it is going to happen. Dushian Savadia is the face of Andrew Honest. Dushian Savadia businesses belongs to Andrew Honest and Juliet.
What?
Amber Group.
What?
Belongs to them. They are silent partners.
What?
This is the reason why they are getting the contracts.
What you say?
Because they are the silent partners. And Dushi and Savada connected strongly with the Jamaica Labour Party, washing the money for the Jamaica Labour Party.
Mighty God.
Let me show you our connection. Listen to this. Listen to this from me. Tell them, in terms of what I just uttered, to disapprove what I just said. That can't come out. So we have cut the bottom and leaked it out. Dushi and Savadia is the face of Andrew Ones. Where Gavin was the face of Andrew Ones between the period 2007 and 2009. Gavin has been busted.
But hold on there. So people, no see that the man then drag. No see that then drag Pastor Peter Chambers. And look and see that crumble now. Jesus, see that. Why wanna do it? Only you touch not that the Lord's anointed. Hey, yeah, no, mama. Whoa. No, sir. People may not speaking in tongues, you know, sir. Me just a stutter. Mighty God. What?
It's Dushi and Savadia. I'm going to show you how Andrew Ones is working in through the system for money laundering purposes. Now, let us look at this. Let us go to this. We're not playing to them. We're serious enough. We're serious around a second. We're not playing. Now, let us share this, people.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Midday News for Wednesday, February 4. I'm Carrie Simpson. A special welcome to our viewers on YouTube, TVJ International in the Cayman Islands, and online at onespotmedia.com. Here's what we have in the bulletin. Serious security failures uncovered on Support Jamaica platform in Auditor General's report. New information unveiled in Joyland Silvera trial. And later in sports, West Indies lose a T20 World Cup warm-up. A real-time audit into the government's Hurricane Melissa relief program has uncovered serious security failures on the Support Jamaica website, raising concerns about the protection of donor funds and personal information. The details were tabled in a document in Parliament Tuesday.
25 storm to manage donations and volunteers, but auditors say the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management (ODPEM) operated the system without approved information security or access control policies. 8 external users were granted access with no documented approval and privileges, and also motion of access.
Who you think created the setting up for ODPEM? Question. Who do you think created the setting up for ODPEM? The face of the corruption, Dushyant Savadia. Am I lying, Andrew Ones? Kevin Blake, am I lying? To the entire Jamaica, am I lying? Dushyant Savadia set it up. This is not the only time that Dushyant Savadia failed. You know what Dushyant Savadia set up also? The COVID-19 app. That has serious security data breaches. And Dushyant Savadia repeated this again. Andrew Ones used him again. So there is no checks and balance. The purpose was to defeat checks and balance. Andrew Ones using Dushyant Savadia to do that. Now, let me stop and talk and give you evidence because too much long time. Let me show you. Let me type for you. Now look on this people. Let me get it, people. I want to make sure, hold on. Let me just get it up here. All right. Share that. So what Mystic Sensation is saying, you know, we take time to investigate and tie the knot and bring the evidence to our people. Amber Group builds and donates Jamaica National Disaster Management System in 29 hours.
What?
Do I prove the point?
Definitely 100% correct, Sir Byron.
Jamaica, here it is. Amber Group builds and donates Jamaica's National Disaster Management System in 29. See them there? Come here, Jamaica. See them here? I want you to look on them. Look on them. Criminals. It is Andrew Wallace who owns the business.
Wow.
Andrew Wallace is a silent partner.
Wow. Wow.
Andrew Wallace, come out and tell Jamaican people that you are not, no?
Wow.
And that you have no ties.
Wow.
As it relates to Lucian business.
This is incredible.
Because Lucian, somebody have no business.
None whatsoever.
Who loan? Let me ask you a question, Andrew Wallace. Who loan Lucian Savadia $450,000 US dollars? The money wouldn't give him to wash. The money wouldn't give him to wash. Eh? Now the criminal network that Lucian Savada involved in.
Wow.
So Big Mama. Now that's why Big Mama emerged with Big Mama and the connection that you know, the syndicate. Because Lucian Savada now becomes Big Mama boss. Which is right, really and truly, Andrew Honest is really Big Mama boss.
Definitely.
Because Lucian Savada don't really own anything. He's a face for Andrew Honest, washing Andrew Honest money. As Hurricane Melissa brought down on Jamaica last weekend, a team of software engineers, designer, data analysts, and cybersecurity specialists at Amber Group worked tirelessly for 29 straight hours. Their mission to give the country a fighting chance to coordinate disaster relief, protect lives and mobiles. Mission, you understand, is to set up breaches of policies and rob all the money, all the things that are going to at them. Andrew Honest, you see you're beaten. You see you're beaten. Now, let me show Jamaican people, you know. Let me show Jamaican people something. I don't play around here now. Mr. Me not play around yourself. Now, Jamaica.
No man, Mystic Sensation and I deal with the thing wicked to the man. Mighty God.
I don't think me you know joke around yourself. Me no joke. Let me show you that the Auditor General zoom in on this. It is not the only breach. Lucian Savada had breached our system as it relates to a COVID-19 app that he had set up. And when he set up the app, he claimed that he set it up for free. Let me show you something. I'm going to tell you something big. Christopher Tufton came out and said he was not paid. I, Jamaican people, went on the jump portal. Right? For people who don't follow me, people can tell you. I went on the jump portal and found the contract that given to Amber. And Amber was paid over 3 to 4 million Jamaican dollars to set up the app. While Christopher Tufton coming out and said, no, he do it for free. Lie! Lie! Now, let me finish with this now, and then we get to direct version because serious situation with direct version now when we touch it. Now, let me get into this to show the people evidence that we don't just come out and just talk and make loose talk around us. We back our talk and different our talk. You understand? And I mean, it cannot be disputed. Cannot be. Now, watch this. Let me show the evidence to me. We are not. Here it is. Let me bring it up to my Jamaican people so you can see and understand what Andrew Honest is doing through Lucian Savadia. Effing up Jamaica country, robbing taxpayers. Andrew Honest, it's just a matter of time. It is just a matter of time. Amber Group has fixed a second security lapse that exposed private keys and passwords for the government Jam COVID app and website. You never know something about dig for this. You never know something about dig for this. The Auditor General will open up certain things and also help the Auditor General and show the Auditor General a history, a MO modus operandi between Dushian Savada and Andrew Honest. It is Andrew Honest in our workings. You understand? The face of Dushian Savada is representing Andrew Honest and corruption.
Wow.
A security researcher told TechCrunch on Sunday that the Amber Group left a file on the John COVID website by mistake. It was by mistake, by deliberate, which contained passwords that would have granted access to the backend systems, storage and database running the John COVID site and app. The researcher asked not to be named for fear of legal repercussions from the Jamaica government. This file, known as an environment variables file, is often used to store private keys and passwords for the third-party services that are necessary for the cloud applications to run. You, Dushan Savada, have done this. Here's the evidence. Allow me to tell.
Wow. 45-year profile. No, what is TechCrunch? No, man. We need to get this a document here. Wait.
Eh? Well, if I line up, shut down the store so we get information from.
TechCrunch. Wait. Google. No, man. TechCrunch. TechCrunch. Mystic, I got hard. No, man, Mystic, I got hard, man. We need to see the title of this. To find out what is source. TechCrunch.
What, Andrew?
TechCrunch, latest. Let me see if I can type in Amber Group and see if we get the article. What are they? Amber Group. I don't want to sign up into anything. Amber Group. Which year that? Amber Group. Are the same TechCrunch this that are the right website, but how do I Jamaica? Ooh, wait a minute. Oh my God, wait a minute. Wait. Got him. Quarantine, blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Exposed cold storage hosted. Matissa mode. Lapse. File containing private keys. Oh my God. Yo, see that? Last week, Amber Group secured an exposed cloud storage server hosted on Amazon Web Services that was left open and public. Oh, please don't be doing that. Not right now. Don't listen. Listen to me. Let me go here now because I need to document this before they start. I need to have this. Yeah, I need to have this on file. Listen. Let me turn down my microphone first of all before me start. I need to have this on file. All right. I need to have this on file. There is no way. Hi, ladies and gentlemen, it's your brother BOLO V&R, and all I want to do here is to document this piece of article here. I did not have this article, and I must have it. All credit to, our brother, Mystic Sensation, for the great work that he's doing. Let me take out the picture here. Come off ice screen. We need the whole ice screen right now. I don't need your face on the screen, Bolo. People, listen to me. TechCrunch is the website, all right? TechCrunch. This is Jam COVID pulled offline after third-party elapse, exposed travelers' data. This was February 26, 2021. Let's read, ladies and gentlemen. Let's read the article. Mighty God.
Jamaica's Jam COVID app and website were taken offline late on Thursday following a third security lapse, which exposed quarantine orders on more than 500,000 travelers to the island. Jam COVID was set up last year to help the government process travelers arriving on the island. Quarantine orders are issued by the Jamaican Ministry of Health and instruct travelers to stay in their accommodation for 2 weeks to prevent the spread of COVID-19. These orders contain the traveler's name and the address of where they are ordered to stay. But a security researcher told TechCrunch that the quarantine orders were publicly accessible from the Jam COVID website, but were not protected with a password. Although the files were accessible from anyone's web browser, the researcher asked not to be named for fear of legal repercussions from the Jamaican government. More than 500,000 quarantine orders were exposed, some dating back to March 2020. TechCrunch shared these details with the Jamaica Gleaner, which was first to report on the security lapse after the news outlet verified the data spillage with local cybersecurity experts. Amber Group, which was contracted to build and maintain the Jam COVID coronavirus dashboard and immigration service, pulled the service offline a short time after TechCrunch and the Jamaica Gleaner contacted the company on Thursday evening. Jam COVID's website was replaced with a holding page that said the site was under maintenance. At the time of publication, the site had returned. TechCrunch Founders Summit 2026, tickets live. On June 23rd in Boston, TechCrunch Founders Summit 2026, tickets live. Amber Group's chief executive Dushyant Savada did not return a request for comment. Matthew Samuda, a minister in Jamaica's Ministry of National Security, also did not respond to a request for comment or our questions, including if the Jamaican government plans to continue its contract or relationship with Amber Group. This is the third security lapse involving Jam COVID in the past 2 weeks. Last week, Amber Group secured an exposed cloud storage server hosted on Amazon Web Services that was left open and public, despite containing more than 70,000 negative COVID, 19 lab results, and over 425,000 immigration documents authorizing travel to the island. Savada said in response that there were no further vulnerabilities with the app. Days later, the company fixed a second security lapse after leaving a file containing private keys and passwords for the service on the Jam COVID server. The Jamaican government has repeatedly defended Amber Group, which says it provided the Jam COVID technology to the government for free. Amber Group's Savada has previously been quoted as saying that the company built the service in 3 days. In a statement on Thursday, Jamaica's Prime Minister Andrew Holness said Jam COVID continues to be a critical element of the country's immigration process and that the government was accelerating to migrate the Jam COVID database. Those specifics were not given. An earlier version of this report misspelled the name of the Jamaican Gleaner newspaper. We regret the error. Topics: Amazon Web Service.
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Full comprehensive detailed look at this report. What stands out to me is that there was multiple breaches with this situation. And after them ensuring that it was fixed, there was another breach, and then there was another breach. This is really insane, to be quite honest with you. But I want to say big ups to Mystic Sensation for highlighting this on his platform, right? You guys, it's called Sticky Fingers, timestamp 125 on Mystic Sensation. You guys really need to go and subscribe to the page. They're doing absolutely great work out there. You understand? Yeah. So the website is called TechCrunch, and this is the title of the actual clip. Jamaica Jam COVID pull offline after third-party lapse, exposed travelers' data. Wow. Now, I want to ask a couple of questions, ladies and gentlemen, right? So, this country under Andrew Holness wants to go into a digital space where it's totally digital, where our private information is. And you're telling me that the company that is at the center of that, which is Amber Group, these things happen in 2021? Why should we trust them? Why should we trust Andrew? And you know what the blessed thing about this is, ladies and gentlemen, I want to reiterate this. When it comes on to the needs, you don't have to take it. You don't have to. And if you're forced to, carry them to court. Because it's unconstitutional. This is why the PMP carried them to court and beat them, because in its initial stages, when they were implementing the actual act and the legislation, they made it mandatory and even brought charges, criminal charges against people. And actually there was, you know, what you would call, you would be fined, ladies and gentlemen. You'd be fined, right? You would be fined. So we're living in a very, very serious time, and I'm telling you, pray without ceasing, because boy, this is a lot. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. I don't have anything else for you with this one, trust me. I am just, this alone takes the cake right here. Wow. Make sure someone put up this, cause my God. I'll make sure I put it up right as I know. No man. This is wow, this is wow, this is wow. Drop it over there, SATA. De mama ute. De mama ute. Mama ute, ute, ute. 225.59. Let's see. 225.59. Amazing, wonderful. Let's go. Let's continue. Mystic Sensation, big up your damn self.
I mean,
wow.
It cannot be disputed.
Wow.
Cannot be. Now, watch this. Let me show you the evidence, Jamaica.
Wow.
After they used to store private keys and amount of corruption, you understand, and stealing that they have done, they are trying to use, you understand, the hurricane, right, situation, right, the people, suffer the people by the people's circumstances.
Exactly.
Taking away the benefits.
Exactly. Not. It's for them own use. It's not to help the people.
The people try to convert it, right, to stop up some of the gap of their pilfering that they had done in their first and second administration. The mistake that they are making this time around, the opposition have the PAC and the PAAC. And so then some checks and balances is going to provide in that, and plus we are here on social media is going to provide some checks and balance on that. Let me say this to the Jamaica Labour Party. You will never get away with this. Right? Regardless you coming out and you spin doctors, you will never ever get away with this. We are going to hold you accountable. Let me bring you a melting pot in this space. But
yes, sir, Byron. And to our people. Yeah, I have one major concern, you know. The amount of photograph with me I look on with the Prime Minister with this guy, Dushan Chabadia. As a businessman and as a Prime Minister, you can't be seen in so much communication at various different levels. Yeah? And just take another look. We have established businessman, long-standing businessman in Jamaica. You don't see the Prime Minister around them. But this garbage will just come at the place just for there. Him round him, please, clock. Him roll out a red carpet, get this piece of shit here we come from India.
Mighty God.
Turn this garbage into an ambassador. Yeah, we are a company where exists already 2 places in the world. Japan and Singapore. Yeah. And that's have the original Amber Group. So them know what them are do when them name them thing Amber. Because it will intertwine with existing Amber. This is a shell company Andrew Wallace are run with this guy. And that is why the Amber will exist in Jamaica. It does not listed on the Junior Stock Exchange or the International Stock Exchange. So it depends on the local stock exchange. Right? The Jamaica Stock Exchange. You can't find it nowhere on there. But it's a multi-billion company, you know. But it's not listed neither locally nor overseas. You hear who's part of the garbage say him get the money from St. Martin. Then oh, you're the man from St. Martin, we can't see you're the man there. In a no photo app.
Exactly. Solid point.
Oh, Andrew only see a par with. And then Andrew only see the start. Piece of shit house.
But I'm power with him because I him give the start.
Andrew gave the start. If I that to no one, I that to no again. I remember Andrew now have nothing more to offer Jamaica. I rest my case and kneel back the floor to the host, Sir Byron.
All right, Jamaica. When we see champion like Damian Crawford said one by one, they will be going to jail. It's no joke. It's no fragrance language. It's reality. And let me say it again. Kudos, right, to Pamela Monroe Ellis, right, the Auditor General, right, and all those who are fighting in the background to hold up Jamaica. We are going to hold Andrew Honest accountable. My people, let me say this to you before I get into the other serious topic. I want you to hold the faith. I want you to continue to believe in us. It is you that providing us the energy. But I want for you to do your community networking. Share the information, educate other people as it relates to.
That's why I do what I do, the way I do what I do. You see? I am not the brightest person, and I don't have the information that a Mystic and a Andrea and those people have, and the inside information and stuff like that. So what I do is, I highlight the important things them when we hear them talk about. You understand? And you see, I went to the article and found the article. This is very important, you know. This is serious evidence, you know. This right here, so is serious evidence that needs not to be forgotten when considering who the Amber Group is. No, they're in communications, them involved in the tech and all of these things in Jamaica and Andrew Honest and something like this happened in 2021. Right? This has to be remembered. I never know about this. And I know somebody else don't know about it. So I'm going to post it. And hopefully you guys like and share the video. You understand? So it can get out to more people. But I think it's very important that it's noted. Let's continue. Yeah.
This particular government. Education is the key. And you have to spread the message.
Yes.
Spread the message. We need to march against this government peacefully.
Yes. That is it.
Let me use an adverb carefully.
Yes.
Because I don't want Andrew Honest police force to set upon our people to cause one life. We have to get this government out of power and we have to galvanize. And why we are doing it? Why we are doing it? Everyone knows that it's a rhetorical question I'm asking, so I'm going to answer. We can't have someone who at the helm of our politics, number one, who's supposed to lead the country as it relates to honor, integrity, checks and balance and accountability. And he cannot have his statutory declaration certified. That alone, that item, that particular item alone, we should not allow Andrew Honest to go any further.
Yeah,
we have to have a peaceful march against this government. We can't accept that.
Can't accept it.
We can't accept that. That's a fundamental thing in Andrew Honest's way. Now trying to communicate with the field investigators that you want to have some clearance. Look, let me say this to you plain, Andrew Honest. If you have not gotten any form of clearance from way back when, you will not get it now and in the future. It simply means that FID have something over there that really rumbling their headspace. If FID could have set you free they would have come out and they would have
Yes.
set you free
Trotted.
because they know that this is an hindrance in your governance. Jamaica, think critically.
Yes.
It is a very serious accusation as it's really going against Andrew Honest.
Yes.
Why would Fid, if he sent his friend over there,
Yes.
and his friend cannot help him? You must know, Jamaica. It is serious. Remember, you're talking about the Prime Minister who has to do the people's business.
Wow.
This is one of the things that you want to free up so that the Prime Minister can go and do his business and so that at least confidence can build in the market. Think of what I'm saying, people. Andrew Honest is at a pivotal point where the country needs that confidence. External entity who will be doing business with Jamaica. That is going to stifle business confidence because there is a dark cloud hanging over his head that he is a criminal.
Wow.
Cannot be trusted. My question, why would Faye have that over the Prime Minister lingering on with it? Let me ask another question. Why the Prime Minister Integrity Commission investigators, corruption body, the body that deals with anti-corruption, going against the Prime Minister? Why? This time I'm not speaking to Big Mama. I am not speaking, as a matter of fact, I am not speaking to anybody who involved in corruption. So Big Mama and NNN, please take on yourself out of my questioning. Me not talk to you. You understand? You know corruption. I am talking to critical thinkers. Now, why is it that the issues around the Prime Minister's statutory declaration cannot be clarified for the people of Jamaica so that Jamaica can move forward?
Yes.
As it relates to business confidence.
Him not care.
It is affecting the business confidence.
No business enough.
The Prime Minister at some point in time have to do that introspection, go in front of a mirror, Andrew Honest. So when you come out and you speak anything against corruption, it simply means you're a hypocrite. You are not to speak because you have no moral authority. You have lost your moral compass.
My God.
As a matter of fact, let me start to dig into the business because we don't like the long chatting in. Now, let me just move to the next thing because I want the people whosoever drinking coffee and relaxing. Remember, we are in the safety of mental your extreme thing, the information as well. Because now UHSS, right? Now let us go with this and show the people. Now here it is, my Jamaican people. Right? Benton Pot, are you seeing this? Tell me.
Yes, man. Yeah, man.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Now, the University Hospital of West Indies Board of Management on Tuesday said it has reported to the police fraud squad and Jamaica Customs specific matters from the Auditor General's Department audit report which flagged the hospital for a raft of contract procurement breaches and misuse of its tax-exempt status for the benefit of private companies which have cost the country hundreds of millions of dollars. Disgraceful. It's disgraceful. The board made the revelation hours after the AGD audit performance report tabled in Parliament on Tuesday, said its probe revealed considerable deficiencies in the UHI's governance, procurement, and contract management process, which, if not addressed, could increase the risk of corruption and undermine UHI's ability to deliver quality healthcare services. Remember, Jamaica, for all those people who continue to follow me, I always say, as it relates to how Andrew Honest, right, garnered some of his wealth, is the breach of the procurement rules and guidelines through the process of direct contract and emergency contract in a convenient way. When you want to steal, you use direct contract and emergency contract. In areas where we need to use the direct contract and the emergency contract, he doesn't use it. Let me give you an example in terms of what I'm talking about. All right, hurricane relief, right, on certain things, and where NHD is concerned, right? He could use direct or emergency contract because it's an emergency situation. you understand, to definitely assist people who have lost their house. He hasn't gone there. But look at some of the things that he wants to steal, that he used emergency contract, right? And direct contract on. Things like, of course, giving permission to direct vars, the 110 school buses, right? Corruption, as it relates to direct procurement, right? So then this is how you have to understand as it relates to how Andrew Holness move. Anytime you want to steal, right, he used direct and emergency contract conveniently in the benefit of him and his pockets. Okay. The board made a revelation. All right, okay. With the tabling of the report, the board has moved to further accelerate and formalize actions that were already underway. A comprehensive review of our procurement system referenced in the report has been directed with a focus on identifying root cause and strengthening controls to safeguard transparency, compliance, and value for our money. Let us take this document away. And let us get to Mr. Darrell Vars. Right? Yes, I want to really get to Darrell Vars. Darrell Vars, come in front of the class. Quick and fast. I'm going to bust your bubble today. Now let us visit over the spin machine and show you what is happening over there. And of course, we will take it where they left off. Let us get over to this spin, Andrew Holness spin machine. Andrew Holness, we know that you're the silent partner as it relates to Big Mama Station merge into Revo. Because we know that Revo really belongs to you. Right? So we can tell the people I'm playing. We are not hiding it, you know. So, okay, let me get into the document. All right, let us hear this.
This is Nationwide at 5, the Real Big Show, the company's flagship program. Welcome to all of you on the 90 FM band, and if you are joining us over there on YouTube, top of the afternoon to you as well. Good to have you with us. We're inside the cover story, and in the cover story, we want to turn our attention to the Auditor General's report on procurement, in response to Hurricane Melissa. Some concerns are being raised by the Auditor General, and according to our reportage, which you've heard earlier in the newscast, a real-time audit conducted by the country's Auditor General, Pamela Monroe Ellis, has raised serious concerns about the management and operation of key aspects of the Holness administration's response to Hurricane Melissa. In a report tabled in the House of Representatives on Tuesday, that is today, Mrs. Monroe Ellis cited governance failures, weak oversight, and overall breaches of the procurement rules. She's warning that the shortcomings in management systems undermined transparency and accountability during one of Jamaica's most expensive disaster relief efforts. Here's Siobhan Campbell with our initial report, and then we'll read excerpts from the report as tabled in the nation's parliament.
The 28-page report is the result of a real-time examination of how resources were managed under the Hurricane Melissa Relief Initiative. Focus was placed on the National Disaster Fund, emergency procurement by the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, ODPEM, and the acquisition and distribution of Starlink devices and inventory management practices. The report found that the National Disaster Fund Committee, NDFC, the statutory body responsible for overseeing the fund, has not fulfilled its mandate. The committee last met in June 2022. Its term expired in September 2023, and no replacement had been appointed as of December 2025. Mrs. Monroe Ellis says this placed the management of the fund outside the framework required by law. The Auditor General says Section 40 of the Disaster Risk Management Act requires the Financial Secretary to approve withdrawals from the National Disaster Fund after consulting the NDFC. But at the time, the Director General of ODPEM requested $350 million for Hurricane Melissa relief. No committee had been appointed. The audit also flagged weaknesses in emergency procurement practices. ODPEM awarded contracts valued at $85 million for hurricane supplies, but failed to publish the contracts on the Government of Jamaica Electronic Procurement GOGEP platform within the 1-month deadline mandated by law. The Auditor General says a sample of the contract found that all but one was in line with the procurement guidelines. The total sample was valued at $81 million. One of the most significant findings related to the $12 million procurement of 200 Starlink satellite internet devices. The Auditor General found that the purchase was initiated by the instruction of the Energy and Telecommunications Minister, Darrell Vaz, rather than by the head of the procuring entity. This, she says, was contrary to the Public Procurement Act. The devices were also delivered on November 14, before procurement documentation was completed, with key forms prepared retroactively on November 19. Auditors also found that many of the Starlink devices procured were not used. Physical inspection conducted at 8 entities revealed that all 41 devices issued remained unused and in storage. Additionally, 5 entities did not record the Starlink devices in their asset inventories, and 3 municipal corporations reported that the devices had not been entered into municipal inventory listings, but were issued directly to the respective councillors. A further inspection of 41 devices observed that all the units were equipped with European 2-pin electrical plugs, requiring adapters for use. Mrs. Monroe Ellis says as of January 6, 2026, 80 out of 200 Starlink devices remained in storage at the Jamaica Constabulary Force. The audit also found that food items, tarpaulins, and water valued at nearly $60 million were not recorded in ODPEM's inventory system, despite earlier audits warning about similar weaknesses.
Okay, let me stop and take this away, right, and speak to my Jamaican people, right, in terms of what transpired. This is what I do every day in terms of my work, right? And I work with some of the biggest firms in the world. These products that have gone into ADPEM, right? To the fact that they have not entered into the inventory list, it simply means that they can be stolen without trace. So Andrew Wallace clever. So Andrew Wallace, the reason why Andrew Wallace put that piece of person who they collaborate with him in charge, because it is his core responsibility. Let me set them straight. Let me set all of them straight. Come is sensation. You understand? As a matter of fact, I manage and supervise these processes. Every item that comes in has to be logged in the system for checks and balances. So then, if you have 200 soda comes in and you don't record the 200 sodas that comes in, right? It simply means the sodas are not a part of the inventory because it is not listed. So then it can be stolen without trace. If the items listed, you have to give an account as it relates to if you have 300 items coming in and you wrote those 300 items down and said 100 right processed through sales, you're going to see the 100 that processed through sales. So you're supposed to have 200 back in your inventory, right? And so then now you can go and you can do an audit, you can do a physical count, or if you have a perpetual inventory system, you can use that. I want to just explain it to them, to show you how Andrew Wallace corrupted it and what Andrew Wallace is doing, through ADPEM. And that is one of the reasons why he put, you understand, that baboon there, because they are partners in crime. Listen to me, partners in crime. Also, where Dushi and Savadia is concerned.
Wow.
Now listen to me now, Jamaican people. This is what a lot of, and this is what I don't like. They know what happened. I'm going to tell you what happened. To the Starlink. Roughly about 700 Starlink came into the country. Go into a system unrecorded.
Yes.
Giving them the opportunity to steal it. We know what bad about it, Darrell Vaz, we're going to bust your bottom today. Is that the Starlinks that were given to support the Jamaican people who need it? You took now 200 of that.
Hey!
Create a fake
Yes.
procurement process.
Yes.
Let me ask a question, Darrell Vaz. Can you tell us who you purchased it from?
Yeah.
You can't. Because where you get these Starlinks are out of the Starlinks that you have gotten put in on them that was not registered, was not listed into the inventory. So now you want to come out now and take out the Starlink, you understand, create fake procurement for rob taxpayers.
Wow.
Them fuck if you stop. Them if you stop. And that is what you're doing. And let me tell you something.
Hey, me not tell no lie. Me and Mystic Sensation, I think is same thing. I believe that that's what happened. I believe that out of the 700, them take out 200 and I hit them procure. Until they can show me documentation that prove otherwise, that's what I believe. Not what I can prove enough, but that is what I believe. I don't trust them. I don't trust Daryl Vaz. I'm telling you, I don't trust him. I believe that is exactly what happened. I think I said it earlier today on my live. I don't trust these people, bro. I don't. I do not trust these people. But I'm going to leave it right there, so ladies and gentlemen, because I have a whole heap of work for go do, and the next 2 hours at 5 o'clock. I have some thumbnail for go make some titles for go deal with, because see there? How much video I have to put out this morning upon the Friday? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 video. I have to go put out this morning. Right? So I have some background work for go do. So while you're not asleep, me at work. So I'm asking you guys that was watching right now, when you get up, check my profile. Look on all this video. I can't believe this is an exclusive, you know? With Dre Bryan analysis, you know? Enough people can't even watch Dre Bryan replay. See there? But oh my God, man, bro. Wanna not treat me right, man. I'm telling no lie. Look at. Alright, I'm go up on this page. I'm showing you someone not treat me right. Wanna not treat me right. Look on this. Look on this. 1, 2, 3 video, 3 last video them when I put out. I'm talking about, bruh. Ain't no way, man. Y'all ain't treating your boy correct, man. Y'all need to like and share the content, man. 35,000 subscribers, 7,900 on the other one. No, y'all need to treat your boy better than this. All right, real talk. All right, so I'm putting in the work, and I'm requesting that you guys share the content. Okay. Thank y'all. See y'all later, man. Have a good night. Sleep tight. Pray before I go to bed. I'm out. Pray for Jamaica.